to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially on late notice. We are here live, ready to go right here. We were not planning to do this live stream about 2 hours ago when this game got delayed. I did not think we would be doing this game at all, but this game ended up getting delayed. The Washington Nationals and the Reds. We'll get into it in a moment, but thank you so much to everyone who sent kind messages and such while I was on vacation. Now we're here back to watch the Nationals, who, since we've been live, have not had the best time. We were live for the last homestand, and we're here for this homestand where the Nationals, I think the thing here is the sell. The Nationals sold. We lost a few key pieces of this offense, and let's see they can still generate runs here in this game, see how they do. I mean, you still got CJ Abrams. James Wood, sadly, is on the IL. That's obviously a very important part of the Nationals offense is James Wood, your leadoff hitter and your leader in home runs. So now you're looking at CJ Abrams. CJ Abrams is kind of doing what Wood was doing, because CJ Abrams obviously is probably going to win Silver Slugger. That's my opinion. CJ Abrams is probably going to be the NL shortstop Silver Slugger. He's probably going to win some awards. Had a very good year so far. I mean, already getting close. He's up to great numbers just everywhere. Extra base hits, runs. He's producing it all. And we need him to step up here while Wood is gone. Sure, this team is no longer in playoff contention. We are no longer going to sneak into the wild card. But seeing Abrams, who's hitting .287 with 28 home runs and 88 runs driven in, he's the stud of this offense. Let him ride. Get behind him. See what happens. That's my opinion. Just go to work, CJ Abrams. Be the offensive weapon that you can be. So here we are. I do not have a graphic for the starting lineup tonight. I didn't really have time to make the graphic for tonight's game. So we're just going to go ahead and go through the lineups in just a minute. But the Nationals here, I mean, Brady House called up, which is really great. He's been doing well since called up. He did well in Philly. 4-game series with the Braves and then 4 with the Phillies. And right here you got 3 more until one off day. So really tough stretch here. It's not like you're facing bad teams either. You had the Braves and the Phillies, and now you're playing an NL Central team with the Reds. Obviously they have Elly De La Cruz. You're facing Petty on the mound, a guy with a sub-5 ERA, but I mean, not too many starts, but for Cade Cavalli, starting for the Nationals, 8-5 with a 3.52 ERA. He's looking significantly better. He's just looking better. He's doing well in the month of July, and in the month of August coming in, he's doing well. So I'm really excited to see what this guy can do for the team right here. A guy who probably is going to have to step up since the Nationals traded Foster Griffin. You're going to have to look to different players to take these roles, and I think of all of them, Cade Cavalli seems to be the most ready. I think Cade Cavalli is the guy to turn to when it comes to being on the mound. He's ready to be an ace. 8-5, 3.52. Those are good numbers. 8 wins on the year. He's produced 8 of our wins in the 13 games he's had a record. There's other games we've played where he won. And this team, they're 5 games under. And I'm saying we're out of the contention. There's no reason you can't have a 10-game win streak. Pull a little Red Sox action. The thing is, the Red Sox do have a lot more veterans than the National squad. I think for the Nationals, it'd be a lot different, and it'd have to be different circumstances. For the Nationals, they would need a vet to come in. Maybe someone gets DFA'd, the Nationals pick them up. But for now, the Washington Nationals just need to compete. They need to compete for as long as they can. Maybe that doesn't mean making the playoffs, but that does mean trying your best for the rest of the year. August, September, still putting your best out there. Earn your spots. Dalen Lau was a guy who earned his spot in this lineup last year at the end of the season with that 11 triple stretch. He earned himself a spot on the roster, so his goal here should be able to kind of keep his spot in the order. There's guys who need to earn it still. There are guys who are looking to get that spot. So It's really cool to see this. We're going to see the Nationals play tonight. They're going to get started in about 3 minutes here. It says 7:45, so I'm assuming there's no changes since then. I'm looking at the Nationals Twitter. We're good to go. Shout out to my weatherman. Shout out to Dan. Dan is at the stadium right now, and Dan is giving me updates as we go. Shout out to the weatherman himself, Dan. Thank you so much for those updates while you're at the stadium, Dan. So, yeah, I mean, just a lot of interesting times as we come into this game. I mean, we sold in the time that I was on vacation. Probably not a good time to sell in the Nationals time. I mean, you could have done it while I was on air so I could talk about it, but we'll be talking about it throughout this game because I haven't been able to on stream. I have my opinions. I talked to family and friends about my opinions. I had a lot of opinions during this. It was a good vacation and a lot of time to think about the Nationals, too, and think about the Commanders. Hall of Fame game just started yesterday. A lot of good content coming up here and a lot of good times for DC, especially in development time. So let's get going here with the starting lineup, starting with the Cincinnati Reds, who are 56-58. They find themselves 15.5 games out of first in a not very competitive NL Central, where the Brewers hold it down. Terry Francona's Cincinnati Reds have Elly De La Cruz leading it off. He's the shortstop in today's game. Batting second is going to be Sal Stewart, the first baseman. Batting third is going to be the left fielder in today's game. His name is CJ Abrams. Batting fourth is going to be Tyler Stevenson, the catcher. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez. Batting sixth is going to be the center fielder in today's match up, and his name is going to be Hector Rodriguez. Only 5 ABs at the big league level. Batting sixth is going to be the right fielder, batting seventh is going to be Noel V. Marte. He's the right fielder. He's hitting seventh. Batting eighth is going to be the third baseman in today's game. That's Key Brian Hayes. And batting ninth is going to be the second baseman. That's Matt McClain. It is 86 degrees in DC as we're going to get this one started about an hour late. But before we do that, there is one more thing to do, and that is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. I'll check on the chat here real quickly as we get into this. We'll get through it throughout the game. Leading off, the designated hitter, CJ Abrams. Batting sixth, the first baseman. Batting second, Abimelec Ortiz. Batting third is going to be Brady House, the third baseman. Batting fourth is Dalen Loud, the left fielder. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Dylan Cruz. Batting sixth, the catcher, Harry Ford. Batting seventh is going to be the shortstop, Nasim Nunez. Batting eighth, second baseman, Jose Tena. And batting ninth is going to be JY, Jacob Young, the center fielder. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals is going to be Cade Cavalli, 8-5 with a 3.52 ERA on the year. Once again, that's Abrams, Ortiz, House, Lyle, Cruz, Ford, Nunez, Tena, Young with Cavalli on the mound. For the Reds, it's De La Cruz, Stewart, Blade, Stevenson, Suarez, Rodriguez, Marte, Hayes, McClain. And on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds in today's game is going to be a guy who hasn't had full time at the big leagues. That's Chase Petty. Sinbin in the house. What's up, Sinbin? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sinbin, a fellow guy, does play-by-play. Be sure to check him out as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sinbin. Chase Petty. Through only 15 games, 2 of them are starts. He has 30 innings worked. He has a 4.50 ERA, 14 strikeouts. He's going to get outs. I mean, not too many strikeouts over his time. Let's get going, everybody. Right over here as we are ready here, an hour late from start time. We are ready to go right here on District Nation for the first time since I'm back from vacation. Let's go. Charge! So here we go. Elly De La Cruz ready to get it going here for the Cincinnati Reds. An hour late, the Reds are wearing their road gray uniforms, a little red trim there. The Nationals wearing their home white jerseys, red and white trim with their blue cap with a red brim, and it says Nationals across their jerseys. Let's go up to 776 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Let's see if we hit 780 today, see where we get from there. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. It is completely free, and it helps the channel out a lot. So we're getting going here an hour late. There's only one thing left to say.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
As we get going here, Cade Cavalli taking the mound for the Nationals. Fastball, knuckle curve, sinker, sweeper, changeup, cutter is going to be the mix he gives you. Over 50% of the time, almost 60% is made up of the fastball and the knuckle curve. Those are the two pitches to watch for Cade Cavalli. That's going to be what he brings you majority of the time. The key is for him, that knuckle curve has to complement the fastball as well as the sweeper, which he hasn't been throwing as much. I'd like to see the sweeper get put into use tonight in this delayed game, and how he does coming off of an hour of a delay, as it is 7:47. We're going to get going here in just a moment. Let's get going, everybody. Elly De La Cruz stepping up to the plate. It's kind of nice to get refreshed here before this game, get a nice little vacation in as Elly De La Cruz steps in from the left side. The big switch hitter will step up to the plate here. We're nearing number 44 for the Cincinnati Reds. He digs in, and Cade Cavalli is going to step on the rubber here. We are about to get underway right here on District Nation as Cade Cavalli ready to go to face the 276 hitter with 19 home runs in De La Cruz. Cavalli, step back wind. First pitch to De La Cruz is going to be called. Strike one on the outside corner with a fastball at 98 miles an hour. And we are underway here, an hour and 3 minutes from Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. at 7:48 after that little stormed delay. Here comes the 0-1 from Cavalli to De La Cruz. This one is going to be grounded towards the third baseman house. He has it. Fields fires to first in time over to Abimelec Ortiz for out number 1. And there's one gone here in the top of the first. A couple names said right there of call-ups. You got Abimelec Ortiz, who was the corresponding move for Luis Garcia Jr. Garcia sent away, so they said, okay, Abby, it's your turn. And now Abimelec Ortiz getting his chance facing righties playing first base. Kind of what Louis was doing. Just a little bit less of it. Smaller portion size for Ortiz than Garcia. Here's the first pitch now to Sal Stewart. In there, called. Strike one with a knuckle curve, and it's an 0-1 count. Sal Stewart hitting .257 on the year, facing Cade Cavalli. Just 3 pitches in here from Washington, D.C. District Nation right here. Live play-by-play. Here comes the 0-1 from Cavalli. He delivers, and this is going to be swing and a miss on a sweeper low and away, and it's an 0-2 count. Goes to the sweeper, and Stewart definitely chased it that time. Nice pitch by Cavalli to make it an 0-2 count. DN Dad is here. He says N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! So it'll be 0-2 here. Cavalli looks in for his sign. Step back wind. It'll be an 0-2 to Stewart. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but the second baseman, Tenna, is right there. He fields, throws this one over to first, in time to Abby for out number 2. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first. 2 quick outs for Cade Cavalli. So 2 gone here. That'll now bring up J.J. Blade. Funny, I have his rookie card. I have his Topps Chrome rookie card. Woo, says Sinbin Stream. You have to include the woo. You are completely correct, Sinbin. I just don't think DN Dad is fond of adding the woo that much. Here we go. Cavalli's first pitch to the lefty Blade. Blade swinging a chopper foul. Oof, that's off his foot. It'd be no 1 count. He did not like that. That was off his foot, and that looked like it hurt. So it'll be 0-1 here to Blade, who's hitting .230 with 20 home runs. He's had some pop. Only 47 RBIs. Really, the home runs are the only reason he's driving in runs. Only 47 RBIs with 20 home runs. Abrams has 28. He's in the 80s with RBIs. He's about to touch 90. Sure, he's a league leader as well, but he's driving in runs, and he has the opportunity to do it as well. Our umpires today, we got Laz Diaz behind the plate. Eric Backus, our crew chiefs, at first. Dexter Kelly is at second. And Chris Siegel is our guy at third. Those are your umpires for tonight's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So be 0-1 here. No woo. I'm wooless. Oh, no woo from DN Dad. He does not want to hear a woo. Hopefully we hear a lot of woos tonight. From the park, here comes the 0-1 to Blade, and he swings and fouls this one back on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's an 0-2 count. Cavalli feeling it with the velo. All his fastballs really have been high 90s. He's feeling something when throwing that fastball. Last 10 starts for Cade Cavalli. Just his last 10, he's 5-1 with a 3.06 ERA and a 1.09 whip. Since June 30th, he's had an even better run. Here comes the 0-2 to Blade. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going out is the shortstop Nunez. He's under it, but it's going to be the left fielder to come in. Left fielder Lyle is there to make the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Cade Cavalli, and that will end the inning. Nice work by Cavalli. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base in the top of the first. 1 to the bottom of the first. Red 0, Nationals coming up right here on District Nation as we get going here with the bottom of the first. CJ Abrams going to lead it off for the Nationals. Abrams, I never liked, now that I've seen Wood, I love Wood in the leadoff spot. I never really liked Abrams in that leadoff spot because he'd get out a lot to start games, but there was something that CJ Abrams was very good at doing in the leadoff spot, and I loved it when he could do it. He could crush balls on the first pitch. Let's see if Petty here throws a first pitch fastball to CJ Abrams, because James Wood, also a guy, going to crush the first pitch. You cannot throw a first pitch fastball to James Wood. He is not in the lineup tonight. He's on the 10-day IL. And CJ Abrams going to step up hitting the leadoff spot. But Chase Petty, 1 and 2 with a 450. Is he going to come with a first pitch fastball? An example, because some people will say, oh, it's just because Wood doesn't face good pitchers. James Wood, his probably best leadoff home run this year, his most famous this year, was a home run off of Cam Schlittler off the first pitch. So that's the Yankees. First off, that's the Yankees, who, by the way, is one of the best staffs in the league. We can all agree on that one. One of the best pitching staffs in the league. And he did it off of their ace, Cam Schlittler. So he's good at doing it. But Abrams also, when he was in the leadoff hole, was very good at doing it as well, swinging at that first pitch. When they got it, they crushed it. We'll refresh this screen right here. That was a little behind. But here we go, bottom of the first. CJ Abrams going to lead it off. He's the DH in today's game. Abrams is DHing. And you got Nunez at short and then Tenna at second. So there's really no need for Abrams to play in the field. And that's good, because it isn't like CJ Abrams is a gold glover. This guy is not the best fielder. But it's nice to see him come out and get to hit but not have to field, which is honestly good. Honestly, it's good for me. It's Chase Petty here, ready to go to work. 15 games. This is his 16th game on the year and only his third start on the season. And his fifth of his career. The pitch to Abrams is inside, ball one at sinker at 97 miles an hour. It'll be a 1-0 count. Does not get a first pitch to Hack. He takes it. Wise there as well. Be wise. Take it for a ball. I'm completely fine with that too. But not like Abrams is trying to impress me here. Here's the 1-0 to Abrams, and that is a sweeper this time that goes upstairs for ball 2 at 80 miles an hour. So it will be a 2-0 count now. As you mentioned for Abrams, 287. Great numbers, and 28 home runs. Here comes the 2-0 to CJ. Abrams takes a sinker in there, called strike one on the lone inside corner, so it will be a 2-1 count. That one did clip looking at the replay with a 95-mile-an-hour off speed. So we'll do 2-1 here. I mean, just great numbers, especially being the league leader in RBIs. Here's the 2-1. And Abrams swinging a line drive. Right field. That's a base hit into right field. CJ Abrams leads off the game with a base hit to right. Just ropes a pitch to right field. He got what he wanted and hits it over the leaping McLean for a base knock. CJ Abrams in the DH spot hits a nice little single there. So the Nationals have a runner on first. Not only do they have a runner on first, they have a runner on base for Abimelec Ortiz, who has serious pop. We saw that in Philly. Had a home run there. Nice old rip for CJ Abrams. Just put it over the second baseman's head, but it's not like it didn't go off the bat hard, though. He still crushed it. Here's the pitch to Abby, and that's going to be called. Strike one. That's a sinker. That looked like it was up in the zone. Eric Sears says, hey, Deanne. What's up, Eric? Thank you so much for tuning in. Eric in the house saying, hey, Deanne. It'll be 0-1 here. Petty sets. Here comes the pitch to Ortiz. Ortiz swinging a fly ball. Deep right field. This is third deck, but it's foul. Abby crushed that one, but it's a foul ball. So 0-2 here. Abimelec Ortiz said goodbye to that one, but it went foul. Abby got every last piece of that one. A guy who has one big league home run in his stint up here. He absolutely crushed that ball, but it goes foul. He has 3 hits at the big league level as well since getting called up. Here's the 0-2, and Ortiz takes a sweeper way outside ball one. Not even close to the zone, so to be a 1-2 count.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Got to wonder if CJ's on the move right here. Caden's here. What's up, Caden? Thank you so much for tuning in. He says, DN. What's up, Caden? Here's the pitch to Ortiz. That is a sweeper lone inside ball, too. And hey, Lou, aren't we going to have a prayer? Dorn Danga Harris, yep. Quoting some Major League. You got to love the Major League quote. So to be 2-2 here with no one out in the bottom of the first. Ortiz in limited 12 ABs. He's 3 for 12. That's a 250 clip in the big leagues. Roped a double in his MLB debut. Here comes the 2-2 to Abby. from Petty. Petty set at the belt. He delivers to Ortiz. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Rodriguez at the track in front of the wall. And he makes the catch up against the wall. And that's out number 1. That one was hit about anywhere else. That's probably a bomb. Ortiz got every last one of that one. Crushed it to deep center. Got the crowd standing up, but just barely stays in the park for out number 1. Just barely can't get out of here. Hit about 400 feet, dead center, and it doesn't sneak out of here. So that's out number 1. That'll bring up Brady House right here to face a righty. So 1 out, and they got House in the 3-hole. Abrams with a good lead. Here's the pitch. And Abrams will go back into first. He's diving back in. We're not all savages like Serrano. Exactly. First pickoff attempt from Petty. Nats on a bit of a cold stretch. I mean, that's what's going to happen when you sell. I mean, they did sell, but, I mean, they're doing well with what they have, missing Louis and James Wood after trading away Louis and then James Wood going on the IL. The pitch to House is going to be low with a sweeper, ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count. It's been a tough stretch for the Nationals, but you're missing your best guy in James Wood on injury, and Louis, you're probably second best guy, or third best guy at least, was traded away, but you still have CJ, so you're kind of missing. You only have one of your big 3 from the first half. Here's the 1-0 to House, and that's outside ball 2, the sinker. So do 2-0 here. You lost Louis permanently. So you're going to have to find a new guy to be your kind of your first baseman. And you have Abby for now. You're probably going to have Yo-Yo soon. But for now, I mean, it's really about just finding consistency from these guys. Here's the 2-0 to House. House swinging a miss on a changeup low and out of the zone. So to be a 2-1. Wanted to hack at that one, but it wasn't near the zone. Once again, the thing about House, he's going to chase against righties. Lefties, he doesn't do it as much. He may be more comfortable when facing a lefty, but righties, he'll chase, and he's only hitting .228 on the season. Here's the 2-1, and that's outside with a sweeper, ball 3, so to be a 3-1 count. That one nowhere near, so do 3-1 here. Said I can't. Awesome, brother, yep. Bob here, what's up, Bob? He says, how's your vacation? It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Very comfortable vacation. Had a whole lot of fun. It was nice to relax and see news. The pitch to House, and he grounds this one to the shortstop. De La Cruz, it's off his leg, and it's into center field. Abrams rounding second. He's going to go to third. Elly De La Cruz with an air puts runners at the corners here with 1 out. That was a ground ball to Elly De La Cruz, not hit hard at all. That was not hit hard at all. Probably should have been a play made by him, and it goes off of him into shallow center. So the center fielder, Rodriguez, has to go out and get it. It's off of De La Cruz's glove into center field. So Abrams cruises to third. We'll see what they score that, but now there's runners on the corners here with a 1 out. So we're going to get fielder's choice runner safe, but let's see what the exact ruling is as Dalen Lyle steps up to the plate here with runners on the corners. Chance for some RBIs for him. Pitch to Lyle is going to be upstairs, ball 1 with a sinker. So to be a 1-0 count. At least they got Giovanni Cruz. Honestly, Giovanni Cruz isn't probably the best thing we got. I mean, we got a lot of arms, which was great. That's what we were asking for. But Giovanni didn't do well, didn't do great in his Nats debut. I'd love to see him more. That's the thing, Caden. I would love to see him more. And we got so many good arms, too. Like Will Dion, not bad. Here's the 1-0 to Lyle. And that's outside, ball 2, the changeup. So to be a 2-0 count. So they're going to give him Brady House gets a fielder's choice, and Abrams advances to third on an air. So it'd be 2-0 here to Lyle. Here's the pitch to Dalen. Lyle swinging a fly ball. Deep right field. Way back in. Way out of here. Watch it fly. Dalen Lyle, 3-run bomb. And the Nationals early on take a 3-0 lead. Dalen Lyle, 103.8 off the bat, 400 feet to right field, sends it out of here, and he can watch it fly. Dalen Lyle with a 3-run tank. Last time he faced the Reds, he killed them, and this time he's going to drive in 3 early. Dalen Lyle delivers, and it's a 3-0 game. Let's go, Dalen Lyle. He sends it out of here. It's 3-zip. With only 1 out, the Nationals have an early 3-0 lead. That'll bring up Dylan Cruz now in the 5-hole, a guy who can also bring some fireworks, but let's stick to the 3 for now. But DC known to follow up. Here's the pitch to Cruz. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. We'll get our NATSs in a minute. I will let you know when we do them. But Dalen Lyle, the Louisville slugger, when he was in Cincinnati, raked against the Reds, and now he does it here at home. The 0-1 to Cruz, and Cruz takes a sweeper upstairs, ball 1. Brady House scores from first, Abrams from third. 3 RBIs for Dalen Lyle on his 15th home run of the year. Let's go. It'll be a 1-1 to Cruz. Here's the pitch. DC swinging a miss at a sweeper, and it's a 1-2 count. They were desperate for pitching. Yes, they were, and that's what they got. But right here, you just got to hold this lead now. Dalen Lyle with a 3-run tank, killing the Reds. Once again, the Louisville Slugger from near Cincinnati. He's been to Cincinnati. He lived in Cincinnati as a child, so he wants revenge against them. The 1-2 and Cruz pops this one up. This one will get out of play. So the catcher's going to let it get out of play. So let's go. Let's get our chants in, everybody. The Nats have scored. It's time for a chant. Let's go, everybody.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So it's a 3-0 game, everybody. It'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch to DC. Cruz takes a changeup outside, ball 2. Now the catcher, Tyler Stevenson's going to challenge right here. So we're going to get another look at this one, ABS. So get a 2-2 here. The pitch, and it's confirmed. It's a ball. The Cincinnati Reds fail a challenge. So it'll be confirmed a 2-2, so the Reds are only down to 1 challenge. Nice. Woo, says Sinbin. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo. Let's go. Here's the 2-2 to Cruz. Cruz swinging a fly ball. Deep left field, but he's just a bit early on this one. That had home run distance, but hooked left for a foul ball. Dylan Cruz got all of that one, but he fouls it off. So now we've seen 3 barrels. 2 of them have gone foul, and then the 3-run bomb from Lyle. But we're seeing barrels here. Man, this team has figured something out now. Here's the 2-2 to Dylan Cruz. Swing and a miss on a sinker high and in. So Cruz strikes out swinging for out number 2. First strikeout for Petty. Guy who doesn't strike out too many guys. There you go. A rare strikeout. But Dalen Lyle says, you're not going to strike me out with a 3-run tank. And the Nationals have an early 3-0 lead here at home. They want to get on a good stretch here at home after having a tough time on the road during the deadline. So that'll bring up Harry Ford right here, the catcher, Harry Ford with 2 outs in a righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch to Ford. Ford takes a sinker in there, called strike 1 on the inside corner. So we'll be an 0-1 here. 0-1 with 2 outs to Harry Ford, who's hitting sub-200 now at 188. It'd be nice for him to find a bat here. Guy who has 4 RBIs on the year, still over 700 with the OPS at 708. Here's the 0-1 to Ford, and he swings and misses at a changeup, and it's an 0-2 count on low and inside. With the changeup, so to 0-2 now. The Nationals' losing streak has pushed them out of the wild card. Yeah, once again, I mean, I wouldn't call it a losing streak. It's just the fact that we sold. And, yeah, we're losing, but we sold. That's the thing. We sold. And, I mean, we got some good stuff out of it. Good prospects, good arms, bullpen arms, which we desperately needed. And this team's looking good for next year. The 0-2 to Ford, swinging a ground ball. This is chopped to the third baseman. He fields cleanly. That's Hayes. He fires to first in time to get out a running Ford for out number 3. But Dalen Lyle adds on 3 after out number 3. We're good after a 3-run home run from Dalen Lyle. So Nationals get 3 runs in the first inning, and that really is only on 2 hits, a fielder's choice, 1 error, no runners left on base. We're through 1, everybody. Nationals 3, Cincinnati nothing right here on District Nation. Why haven't the Nationals been playing well? Yep. Rebuilding. This is a good step in the rebuild. I mean, it's good. I like that they sold. I mean, it isn't, honestly, when I first saw it, I was really angry to see Garcia in a Yankees jersey. I'm really jealous of them. Garcia is now 10 in the hitter power rankings. I'm sad to see him go. But Foster Griffin did not do well in his Guardians outing. Foster Griffin probably could have gotten paid if he stayed here. He could have gotten a 3-year deal that even if he gets injured, he gets paid. Instead, he has to earn a contract now with the Guardians, which is going to be really tough for him. So, good luck to him. Best of luck to Foster Griffin. Everyone knows I loved Foster, but that's the thing. Now you got to actually wonder, What's going to happen to the guys we took away? Louis got a home in New York. Louis got a home there. One of the best hitters in the league, in my opinion, and probably in the Yankees' opinion. They're going to keep him in a Yankees jersey for as long as they can. The question is for other guys we traded. Foster Griffin's not the only piece we gave away. We also gave away Christian Franklin, but we got good returns. That's the thing. We didn't just get nothing. I mean, I like the move. I like they sold. At first I was angry, but I thought about it. You really think about it, talk to people about it. It wasn't. Shout out to my dad and brother. I mean, I was angry when it happened, and they did talk it out because I didn't want him to sell. I thought at the beginning when we traded for Conley early, we weren't going to sell, but we did. We did sell. We kept the core. We kept Abrams. We kept Wood. We kept Lyle. We kept the guys, the young core that's going to be a part of this team for a while. They stayed on. So we go to the second here, 3-0 game. Nationals get 3 early. Cade Cavalli had 8 pitches back in that first inning, so turn on the headlights and start cruising, Cade. Whatever you need. If you need to play Florida-Georgia line, that's all I need to do. I will keep that on so you can cruise all night long. Here we go, top 2. Cade Cavalli will face Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, hitting in the cleanup hole. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a cutter, so it's an 0-1 count. 93-mile-an-hour cutter, so we'll do 0-1 here. It'll be 0-1. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. Swinging a foul back at me, 0-2 count right here. 0-2 here, no one gone, top of the second. Stevenson, 252 average, 10 home runs, 33 runs driven in. A 7.56 OPS on the year. Jake's here. What's up, Jake? He says, hey, District Nation, as a Yankees fan, I personally love the fact that Luis Garcia is a Yankee. Giovanni Cruz should be a good piece for you guys. Needs some work, but the kid can throw hard. That is great. Honestly, if Cruz can throw gas, we have no one in our bullpen who can throw hard. Really great to see a guy who can throw hard. Here's the 0-2, and that's upstairs ball, 1 with a fastball. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Our bullpen, very deflated. Very deflated. Where do you think Foster Griffin signs next year? Whoever will take him, Bob. Whoever will take him. He will be on a 1-year deal with anyone who will take him. Here comes the 1-2 to Stevenson. Swinging a ground ball. This is chopped foul and we'll do 1-2 again. You know, if a playoff team takes him, they probably won't even use him as a starter. I could see someone moving him to the bullpen. No one used him the way the Nationals did, and that made him an all-star. He stood out in D.C. as one of the best pitchers in the league, and now he gets traded and doesn't do well. I don't want that to happen. I wish him the best, but honestly, it may happen. You might get the Ian Desmond treatment. So do 1-2 here. Cavalli will go into the wind. Here comes the 1-2 to Stevenson. Outside ball to the sweeper. Wanted him to chase that sweeper off the plate, but he does lay off. So do 2-2 here. I mean, Giovanni Cruz, once again, Jake here said, I mean, he can throw hard, which is great. I think that's good to feed off our bullpen arms who can't throw hard. Kind of unconventional guys. Have a guy who can just come out and throw blazing hard. Here comes the 2-2 from Cavalli. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop, Nunez. He fields cleanly, throws to first in time, over to Abby for out number 1. So there's 1 gone here in the top of the second. 4 up, 4 down. So I'll bring up Eugenio Suarez, the designated hitter in today's game. Nationals have 3 with the Reds here, then they have an off day, and then they play the Cubs for a 3-game series. I didn't realize they'd have that off day. This stretch would be a lot harder if they had Braves, Phillies, Reds, and Cubs without an off day. And they had more play before that. Cavalli into the wind. First pitch to Suarez, and that's going to be swung on and fouled off. Maybe an 0-1 count. To Suarez, hitting just above 200 at 202 on the year with 14 home runs, 40 RBIs, a 6.68 OPS. Most of the time with Cincinnati is spent as a DH. Yep, he could throw 100 to 102. He has some control issues, but the pitching coach will work with him. Here's the 0-1, swinging a fly ball, hit out to left. No chance for Dalen Lau to get this one. That is into the stands and gone. Suarez, with home run number 15 on the year, makes it a 3-1 game. So Suarez, we were just saying about the average there, but when he hits a home run, that doesn't, 200 still means you have a lot of chances to hit a home run. So when he does hit it, it goes far. Joey Gallo type of treatment. So Suarez with a home run, it's a 3-1 game. 15th home run, RBI number 41 on the year. His 28th run scored on the year. Got every last one of that one and pimped it too. Kind of jumped down the first baseline with a celebration. So it's a 3-1 game now. And he hit a 6-7 celebration around second. I mean, the celebration is the annoying part. We should have hit him because we did the 6-7 celebration. Here's the pitch from Cavalli. Swinging a foul ball to be 0-1. Count to Rodriguez. And it'd be 0-1 here. Home run for Suarez off of Cavalli. Cavalli has had some tough outings. I mean, last outing he faced Atlanta, 6 innings. He had 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs. That's his 3rd home run in just 2 of games. 2 games, 3 home runs. Here comes the 0-1 to Rodriguez. Cavalli delivers. That's going to be low ball 1 with a fastball at 99 miles an hour. That one had some extra cheese. So do 1-1 here. Wait, how hot is Boston? Yeah, I mean, they're there. Sinbins has agreed to end. Yep. So many points, man. I don't even know which one he agrees on. Here's the 1-1. Rodriguez swinging a ground ball. This is to the second baseman, Tenna. He fields cleanly. Fires to first in time to Abi for out number 2. So there's 2 gone here. 2 outs. That'll bring up Noel V. Marte to come up with 2 outs. He's hitting in the 7 hole in today's game. The Red Sox are so hot, I think they're going to end up winning that division. Yeah, they could end up winning that division. So Noel V. Marte will come to the plate, sub-200 average at 197. Cavalli will now go into the wind here. He now faces Noel V. Marte. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on and missed on a cutter lone outside. It's an 0-1 count. Got him with the cutter to swing through. That's 20th pitch on the game for Cavalli. About the 6-7 thing, yeah. That's not a good home run celebration anyway, and doing it around second either. Cavalli will go into the wind here. Here comes the 0-1 to Marte, the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1 with a knuckle curve, ball 1. So do a 1-1 here. So 1-1 with 2 outs. Marte up to the plate here. Cavalli has had some good outings. I mean, that last outing, even then, he played well. He competed with a team in the Braves, a very good team in the Braves. Here comes the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Backus. So to be a 2-1 count. Well, Cavalli's been competing with some good teams. Toronto, Atlanta, now Cincinnati. The thing is, though, that's coming off of 2 great starts against Colorado and the Athletics. Combined, 12 innings worked, 8 hits, only 2 runs. Here comes the 2-1 from Cavalli. Swinging a miss on a sinker inside. It's a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with 2 outs here in the top of the second in a 3-1 game. No, not at all. Yep. So 2-2 here with 2 outs. That is not a home run celebration. Cavalli will step back onto the rubber here. He's got Harry Ford behind the plate here instead of his normal caber. I mean, works for me. If Ford's going to do well behind the plate, he's a very good defensive catcher. Here comes the 2-2 from Cavalli. Swing! And a miss on a knuckle curve, low and away. Marte chases it, and Cavalli says ka-ching, and that's a strikeout for Cade Cavalli, and that's out number 3. Cavalli with his first strikeout on tonight's game. Let's go. So that's out number 3 in the inning. 1 run in the inning on the Eugenio Suarez home run. 1 run on only 1 hit. No runners left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second, everybody. Washington 3, Cincinnati 1. Harry Ford, my favorite Nat. Oh, yeah, with the Ford nicknames. All are different nicknames for Ford. Harry Ford. I know Mr. C has some great nicknames for Harry Ford having to do with Ford, the company. Nationals in the bottom of the second will have Nunez, Tenna, and Young. So Smunez will lead it off for the Nationals here in the bottom of the second. He's playing shortstop in today's game instead of Abrams, which I'm happy with. I'm really happy for them. I'm really happy with that. So we go to the bottom of the second. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. We got plenty of people in the chat here. Let's even get up to 780 tonight on the not the strikeout count, the subscriber count. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers over the past few days, weeks, months, especially anyone who subscribed during the 2026 baseball season, because that's when the channel really started to grow. The other 2 pitchers in the trade, Ben Grable and Jack Siebert. They were in Double-A with the Yankees, but I think these guys are going to be good for the Nats too. Thank you so much for your insights, Jake. I mean, it's really nice to hear other people and Yankees fans as well in the arms, because whenever I hear it, when I was asking non-Nats fans, I would get the answer of, they stink, we should have kept Louis. That's what I got a lot. But I like to hear the other side of it. It just makes me think of Dumb and Dumber in the dog car. Oh, yeah, the dog car. Harry Ford, the dog car from Dumb and Dumber. So we go bottom 2. Smoonez will lead it off. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Also, last minute as well. This was a last-minute stream. Just scheduled it a couple hours ago. I put updates on Instagram, which, by the way, go follow me on Instagram if you want updates, as that pitch is low. Ball 1 to Smoonez, so we'll do a 1-0 count. It can be found in my channel description. On my Instagram story, you can find information I do not post on YouTube at all. Life updates. Updates on the channel. Everything you need can be found there. Here's the 1-0 to Nunez. Called. Strike 1 with a sinker upstairs. And yes, Nunez is going to challenge this one, so Laz Diaz is going to confirm the challenge. Nunez did not think that was a strike. Here's the pitch. And it touched. It barely clipped the zone. Wow, that one barely clipped the zone. The call is confirmed to be a strike. It is barely touching. Honestly, I'm okay with the Nationals losing that challenge right there, because that was barely there. Here comes the 1-1 to Nunez. Nunez swinging a miss at a sinker, and it's a 1-2 count. I'm okay with it because I thought it was a ball. So if I think it's a ball, I'm going to go with his gut. I mean, I agreed with him, and neither of us were right. So I'm fine with it. Coming set's going to be Petty. So he's going to work out of the set position here. Here comes the 1-2 to Nunez. Nunez takes a sinker inside, ball 2. So do 2-2 right here. 2-2 here with no one out, bottom 2. Nunez hitting .233, 1 home run, 33 runs driven in, a .589 OPS. Not a league leader in that. Here comes the 2-2 to Nunez. Nunez swings and pops this one up to shadow left center. Going out is Elly, coming in as the left fielder, Blade. It's going to be Blade to make the catch. You had a triangle there of Blade, Rodriguez, and De La Cruz, and it ends up being Blade to make the catch for out number 1 to put away Nunez. I've said this many times because people have asked me, why do we still employ Nasim Nunez at the big league level? And there's one reason, and one reason only, and that reason is stolen bases. 40 stolen bases, and he only has an on base of 317. Here comes the first pitch to Jose Tena now. Tena takes a sinker outside, ball 1, so to be a 1-0 count. I'm completely fine with it because Nunez doesn't get on base that much, and he still somehow leads the league with 40 stolen bases. So when he gets on base, he steals second and third. Here's the 1-0. Nunez, or excuse me, that's Tena now, takes a sweeper upstairs, ball 2. And I love it because he's aggressive. He is uber aggressive, and that is perfect for the type of play we need from Nunez at second base for now. Here comes the 2-0 to Tena. Petty delivers. And Tena takes a sinker down low, ball 3, so to be a 3-0 count now. He leads the NL in stolen bases, and he leads the entire league in stolen bases as well. Looks like the Reds already have Julian Garcia warming up in the bullpen. They already have Garcia warming. It'll be a 3-0 here. Here's the pitch to Tena. Tena takes a sinker inside, ball 4, so Jose Tena draws a walk to get his day going here in D.C. That's also another big question, the play time for Jose Tena. How much time is he going to get? A very versatile player. Jose Tena has played second, short, third, outfield this year. He can play anywhere. So he's going to have that utility role for the Nationals. 17 balls, 19 strikes for Petty in this game for a total of 36 pitches. So command is around 50-50, maybe a little bit less. So here's the pitch now to Young, and Young takes a sinker, called, strike 1 on the outside corner. Jacob Young doesn't like the call, but looking at the replay, it didn't touch. So if he had ABS that one, it would have been a ball, but he doesn't. I don't think he wanted to, especially since the fact we already lost one this exact inning. Here comes the 0-1 to Jacob Young. Young swinging a bloop out to right field, going back to the right fielder Marte, and he makes the catch for out number 2 as he takes a couple steps in. So there's 2 outs now. Young is retired. Congratulations to Jacob Young, recent winner of the Heart and Hustle Award for the Nationals. Congrats to JY on that. So I'll bring up CJ Abrams right here. CJ later going to come to the plate right here. Oh, this is going to trigger Terry Francona. Is he going to make the call? Wow. They're going to let Petty work 38 pitches. That's the end of the day for Petty already. They're going to go to Garcia immediately. Wow. Not a long leash for Petty at all. he faces the first 9, and that's it. He ends up working 1 2/3. We'll get Garcia into the game now. Chase Petty is going to be taken out of this game and only his 3rd start. A guy who usually did work out of the bullpen is now going to be taken out of this game. He's had outings where he's went more than 2 innings, but I mean, really all he's gone is maybe a little bit more than 2. He went 5 2/3 in his first, then 5 in his second, and then they started working him out of the bullpen where he started going 2 innings, 1 2/3. So using him as an opener right here. On the day, gave up 2 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. Over 1 2/3 innings, but so far it's 3 runs. And then, of course, he also walked a guy and he struck out a man. So Garcia is going to take over. No, that is not Luis Garcia. He did not leave the team and become a pitcher. This is a different arm. This is Julian Garcia right here. Julian Garcia will take over here. A lefty-righty, so he's going to throw from the right side. Julian Garcia. So far, 2-2 with a 2.18 ERA over 16 games this season. 20 2/3 innings worked. So I think at most he'd work an inning right here. This is going to be a bullpen game for them right here. This is going to be a bullpen game. That's the one thing to say about it. It's going to be a bullpen game. Not going to see much more than that. They're going to probably use maybe a bulk reliever in a little bit. The longest outing of the year for Julian Garcia is 2 2/3. They're probably going to push him to that sort of limit. They're going to want him to throw that long. But at the same time, they're not going to want him to throw into a territory he's never been. He's not going to be working into a 3rd inning. So take over right here with a runner at first and 2 away. Julian Garcia. Saying Garcia for the other team. It's just sad. 16 games. This is going to be his 17th game of work. This is going to be 2.18 ERA, 23.8 K %. He'll face CJ Abrams right here. Good numbers, but he's got to face a good hitter as well. Let's go up to 777 subscribers. 777 subscribers. Sweeper, 4-seamer, and sliders, all Garcia's going to give you. Thank you so much for that new subscriber. Here's the pitch to CJ. And Abrams takes a pitch. Called strike 1. Tena's on the move. The throw is in time. He's out of there for out number 3. The ball, 1 hop to the shortstop, Elly, but he was able to lay the tag in time for out number 3. Butera's holding the game for now. He has his arm out. Is he going to challenge? No, he is not. So Jose Tena being a little aggressive there. That was a 1-hop throw, and De La Cruz able to lay the tag onto Tena for out number 3. Tena being very aggressive that time is caught stealing, so that will end the inning. Nationals can't get any runs in the inning. Abrams up. Looking at that first strike, they catch Tena stealing. So that's out number 3 in the inning. We are through 2, everybody. Nationals 3, Reds 1. 2-6 on the put out, but that'll end the inning. So here we go to the top of the 3rd now. So for the run total for Petty, it is only 3 runs over 1 2/3. Now the Nationals have to explode on Garcia. They got to get runs. That's the most important thing. Get runs. 777. Nice. Congrats, DN. Thank you so much, Sinbin, for the nice words. Sinbin's a big Blue Jays fan. You know, I've been taking after Sinbin. He has a lot of shirts. I differ. I collect hats. So that's been my thing. I collect hats more. At the beach, I actually got 2 hats. So I was actually able to go to an outlet there. They happened to have a lid store, and they were doing a buy one, get one discounted. So really awesome to get those hats. I got the Padres and the Blue Jays. So I do have a Blue Jays hat now, and I also have a Padres hat. 2 teams that the Nationals have played this year. They had all 30, but I was just interested in getting those 2. That was just kind of 2 I wanted to see. Lucky 7, says DN Dad. Yeah, getting close to 800 now. Just getting closer and closer. But here we go here to the top of the 3rd. Here's a really good vacation. And before I even left, I saw Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that was awesome as well. That was a great way to kick off the vacation time. As we go to the top of the 3rd right here, Nationals have a 3-1 lead. It'll be Hayes, McLean, and De La Cruz for the Reds in the top of the 3rd. Nice, DN, says Sinbin. Yep. I'm going to have to bring down the couple hats here to the collection that's right over there. Then I can wear those for broadcasts and such when I call different teams. I mean, I think I'm up to maybe 14 now, including all the Nationals hats I have, or counting the Nationals hats I have as 1 hat. I think we're up to 14. Here's the first pitch here to Hayes. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Coming in is Young, but he's under it. And Jacob Young makes the catch for out number 1 to put away Hayes. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd. Quick out for Cade Cavalli on his 25th pitch. 5 balls, 20 strikes for him as well. And he puts away Key Brian Hayes quickly for out number 1. So one gone. That'll bring up Matt McLean right here with one out. Yeah, Lid stopped carrying the fitted hats. I like me. Yeah, Cinnamon, they still, at least at the locations I've been, they still carry those. Here's the pitch to McLean. That's in there, called strike one with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. All the hats I get are the fitted hat. Or I don't get the fitted hats. I get the ones with the straps behind it. And they had both types, so I like to get the ones with the straps. Also by, I think, 47 as well. Here comes the 0-1 to McLean, and that's going to be in the dirt, ball one with a knuckle curve, so it'll be a 1-1 count. They're cheaper, and I think they last longer because they're not fitted. I mean, I like the ones that start bended, that they start with a bent brim and they have the thing in the back. I like those more than the actual ones. Cade Cavalli threw 9 hitters. All 9 he has faced, he threw a first pitch strike. Being aggressive, and it's working here. At least through 2 1/3 so far. Cavalli into the wind here to be a 1-1 to McLean. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on. Hit out to left field, way back and way out of here. It's a 3-2 game. So maybe the first pitch strike isn't a great strategy if the next pitches aren't just meatballs, but it's a 3-2 game now. 105.5 off the bat, 420 feet. Just like that, it's a 3-2 game. And just like that, the Reds are one swing away from tying this thing. So it's a 3-2 game now. I mean, Cavalli was given run support. Now he gives up his second home run of the day. So McLean in the 9 hole is able to go yard. So it's a 3-2 game right here. McLean gets a pitch he likes and just sends it out of here. So McLean gives the Reds a 1-run deficit now as opposed to 2 after that home run. So now Cavalli will face Elly De La Cruz. Here's the pitch to De La Cruz, and that's going to be low and outside, ball 1 with a fastball, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Dangerous hitter right here as well in Elly. 0 for 1 on the day, but he's hitting .275 with 19 home runs. Fast and aggressive. All things you can use to describe De La Cruz. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. Can't get the call, so do 2-0 right here. I like the SL47 brand fitted hats franchise. The strap and buckle fastener ones are nice too. Yeah, that's the one I like, the strap and buckle ones. Versus the Nationals in 4 games, De La Cruz is 6 for 15. Here's the 2-0. That's in the dirt, ball 3, so do a 3-0 right here. So 3-0 here with only 1 out to Elly De La Cruz, who when he gets on base can be aggressive. 21 stolen bases. He already, 1 more home run gets him into the 2020 club. If he hits 10 more home runs and steals 9 more bags, I could see him getting into 30-30. Here's the 3-0 to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss on a sinker. Wow, he was hacking on 3-0. Not too many hitters probably have the green light on 3-0. I wouldn't think that Elly would be one of them, but in this case he does. So De La Cruz is one of the only guys who has a 3-0 green light here for the Reds. I wonder if he actually has it or if he just did swing on 3-0. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and De La Cruz crushes this one. Out to left field. Going back is Lyle. At the track, at the wall, and it's gone. We're tied. Elly De La Cruz goes to the opposite field, and yes, indeed, 1 swing was all it took to tie the game up. 101 off the bat, 379 feet to the opposite field, to left field. De La Cruz hitting a lot of celebrations. 3rd home run given up by Cavalli on the day. De La Cruz gives up, or hits a home run. That's home run number 20 for him, so he's in the 2020 club. RBI number 54 on the year. He goes to the opposite field and sends it out of here. So he's 1 for 2 on the day, but he has a bomb. De La Lau climbed the fence that time. He climbed the fence, got up there, but it was out of his reach. So we're tied at 3 now. Just like that. 2 home runs back-to-back. So that'll bring up Sal Stewart, and Harry Ford's going to call a timeout here. He'll go out and talk to Cade Cavalli. But back-to-back home runs for the Reds, and just like that, the Nationals are tied. And the Nationals do not do well when they are tied. The Nationals, one thing they're good at is playing with a lead. Getting that lead is tough for them, but once they get it, they do well. And that's on the offensive side. Defensively, a lead is nice, but it's hard to play with a tie when you're the Nationals because it's not going to be a tie for long with this bullpen. But for now, Cade Cavalli, you just need to shake it off and get outs. That's the thing. In my opinion, that's all you can do. Shake it off, get quick outs, get ground balls, do what you did the first 9 through. Don't change much. You're still at 33 pitches. 1 time through the order, maybe less, so that's good. Those are good numbers. You just got to hold that pace. Cavalli will now face Sal Stewart. Here's the pitch to Stewart. That's going to be outside, ball 1 with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So it'll be a 1-0 here. 1-0 here with a 1 out in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 with one out here in the top of the third inning. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the pitch to Stewart. Swinging a ground ball. This is foul on the third base line. Brady House will grab that one in foul ground. So do 1-1 here. 1-1 with one out in the top of the third inning. 3-3 tie. I mean, before it was 3-0, and then 3 home runs gets the Reds right back into this game. I mean, they can score runs. It's just really annoying when you see back-to-back home runs. Here comes the 1-1. That is down low, ball 2 with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to be a 2-1 count. Can't clip the zone that time. So 2-1 here with one out in the top of the third. Cavalli going to go to the pitch comm to call his own pitch right here. This is his 26th start, and he's worked 125 innings. Here's the 2-1. Called. Strike 2 on a sweeper, so to be a 2-2 count now. This year's given up 15 home runs. Career high for him, considering he's never really played a full season. He had 10 games last year. We had a 4.25 ERA. Now this year, 3.67 through 26 games. Here comes the 2-2 from Cavalli to Stewart. Called. Strike 3 on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right in the zone, and that's out number 2. Cade Cavalli's second strikeout on the evening. Nice him, just flicks a fastball right in there. Stewart is not aggressive, so he takes a pitch right in the zone. Probably the best pitch he saw the entire AB, and he doesn't hit it. He just looks at it, so there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up CJ Abrams with 2 away. CJ Abrams with 2 away. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Swing and a miss on a changeup outside, and it's an 0-1 count. Shane Hawkins asked, can they be stopped? Well, let's go. We're up to 778 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Hopefully this Reds offense can be stopped by Cade. Here comes the 0-1 from Cavalli. That's low and away, ball 1 with a changeup. Should be a 1-1. I need under 7.5. You need under 7.5, yeah. I would have taken the over. I would have taken the over if I were you. I mean, this game just had so much coming in. If I'm probably never going to bet on a game in my life, but if I had to pick one, anytime the Nationals play this year, I'm taking the over, just on the fact that they score so many runs. Here comes the 1-1 to Blade. Outside, ball 2 with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Maybe less now, but just the fact that they before scored so many runs. Even now, they scored 10 in an extra inning game with the Phillies. They still score a ton of runs. They're still one of the league leaders in runs. James Wood, first to score 100 runs this season. Here's the 2-1 from Cavalli. That's going to be low, ball 3. He could probably still hold the title, even injured, which is great. That's the amazing part, is the fact that the Nationals score so many runs. So 3-1 here with 2 outs. It's awesome to see. It'll be 3-1. Here's the pitch from Cavalli. That's going to be called. Strike 2 with a knuckle curve, so do 3-2 now. Nationals still first in runs, but the Yankees only trail them by 5. And James Wood, a league leader in runs scored as well, so do 3-2 here. Cavalli now at 43 pitches. He goes to the pitch comm right here. Calls his own pitch. Cavalli ready to go now. Step back, wind up. We'll do 3-2 here. Here's the pitch to Blade. Swing and a miss on a low and inside knuckle curve. J.J. Blade chases on a pitch that probably could have hit him. That was way low and inside. But in the end, that's a swing and a miss for out number 3. So we are through 2.5, everybody. But the Reds get 2 back with back-to-back home runs off of Cade Cavalli. 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, so 3 hits in the game. All 3 of them happen to be home runs. No runners left on base. We are tied now at 3, everybody, as we go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Abrams, Ortiz, and House to hit for the Nationals. 3 aggressive guys. So they probably will stick with the righty right here. They're probably not. I mean, they didn't. I don't even think. Yeah, Garcia got 1 out, and it was on the base path. So barely even got an out. He, on a technicality, got an out. So we go here to the bottom of the third. CJ Abrams is going to hit first. He already has a hit in the game. You know, CJ Abrams, great pickup in fantasy. Late draft pick, great pick. CJ Abrams, just loved having him. So it'll be Abrams, Ortiz, and House. You got Abby Mellick coming up. You got Brady House. Love to see Brady House get aggressive as well. Brady House had a good series in Philadelphia. He's been looking good, to be honest. Brady House has been looking better since that call-up. Brady House, I feel like, has better numbers. Let's have a little – I want to take a little stop here. Let's look at one of the arms we got. Will Dion, an arm we got In the trade, 13 games, 20 and a third innings, a 4.43 ERA. What I see from that, the guy who's wearing number 76 with the Nationals, one thing I see is steadiness, and that is something the Washington Nationals desperately need, especially out of bullpen arm, is steady. Steady is great. I mean, a 4.43 ERA, that means about, 9 innings, you're giving up 4 runs. He's going to give up a run maybe every other outing, which would be great instead of every outing. I would love to see him improve the ERA when he gets over here. And then Elly De La Cruz, as Jake said earlier, gas. Pure gas from Elly De La Cruz. Already geared up into a Nationals jersey, but 5 games, a 3.18 ERA, 5 2/3. He has 7 strikeouts, a put-away guy. We're going to stick with Garcia here, who threw 1 pitch, and it was to CJ Abrams. Here's the pitch to Abrams now. And Abrams grounds this one fouled on the first base line. It'd be no 1 count. You got to wonder how Blake Butera was scrambling around when James Wood went down. James Wood led off every game for the Nationals this year up to the point when he was injured. So he's been just throwing things together with the leadoff spot. Here comes the 0-1 Abrams. Abrams swinging a ground ball foul to 0-2 here. And even 2025, half the games, James Wood was our leadoff hitter. This time last year, Wood was hitting leadoff. And now, CJ Abrams hit leadoff a good amount of 2025, but against also lefties, where Abrams probably isn't going to hit leadoff. And that's why you have DC. Here's the 0-2. And CJ takes a sweeper lone inside, ball 1, so do 1-2 right here. That's the problem, is just you're scrambling. This team is scrambling. And CJ Abrams, not a leadoff hitter, 289, 28 home runs, 88 runs driven in, a 915 OPS. I would really like Wood or a leadoff hitter to get here soon so we can have CJ Abrams driving in runs again, because that's what he's good at, driving in runs, hitting with runners on base. He's good at that. Comes the 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams swinging a miss on a sweeper, and that's out number 1. So Abrams now the leadoff hole is 1 for 2 on the night as he swings through that breaking ball for out number 1. First strikeout on the first full batter faced for Garcia. So there's 1 out. That'll bring up Abimelec Ortiz right here. Abby going to come up to the plate with 1 out, a guy with a lot of pop in his bat. Takes big hacks when he's up there. The pitch to Ortiz, swinging a foul ball on a slider to be no 1 count. That's the thing about Ortiz, he's going to give you a good hack every time he's up there. You saw that in AAA Rochester. We covered some Rochester Red Wings baseball while he was down there. He gives you big hacks. He's going to swing hard. He's going to help the team out how he can. It'll be 0-1 here as Garcia comes set at the belt. Here comes the 0-1 to Abby. Abby takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1 at 92, nowhere near the zone. So it'll be 1-1 right here. Just to look at a number right here, just for CJ Abrams as we get closer here. But with scoring position, Abrams was hitting 327. Here comes the 1-1. Called strike 2, the sweeper to be a 1-2 count. 327 in a 4-hole type of place. When he was leading off, the numbers were not great. They were not like that. 313, but 327 when runners are in scoring position. You'll want CJ up with runners on because he puts the ball in play. Here comes the 1-2. And Abby takes a sweeper low, called strike 3. Wow. Not a good call by Laz Diaz. That one was not in the zone, but that is going to be out number 2 on the bad call, so there's 2 outs now. So 2 strikeouts for Garcia, and I'll bring up Brady House now with 2 outs. Brady House coming up to the plate. Coming set's going to be Garcia. Here's the pitch to House, and House swinging a fly ball. That's going to be out to left, but left fielder Blade is there to make the catch. Thought he got more of that one, but it's really just a line drive towards left center. So that's out number 3. That will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning worked by Garcia. We are through 3, everybody, and we're tied at 3. No runs, no hits. No runners left on base that time. We are through 3 frames of baseball right here, a third of the way done. It is a 3-3 game right here on District Nation as we go to the 4th. Now the question need to be asked now is how long is Cade Cavalli going to last? That is a very good question, and we need to know the answer. It is very important that we figure out the answer soon because you never know. Cade Cavalli, a guy who can give you 4 innings or can give you 7. Given day is a different outing for Cade Cavalli, and I'd love to see a good version of Cade Cavalli. Here we go, top 4. It'll be Stevenson, Suarez, and Rodriguez for the Reds in the top of the 4th inning. With the way the bullpen's looking, it's not as bad. That's the thing. I trust some of the arms now. Riley Cornelio is no longer wearing a Nationals jersey, but Tommy Two Pitch is still here. I trust Tom Cosgrove. Honestly, I trust Elly De La Cruz. It's early on in his time with the Nationals, but I'd trust him. I would probably trust Will Dion. Max Kranick, if it gets bad, you can go to Kranick. He pitched yesterday. The Bull, Brad Lord, probably your best bullpen arm you have seen all year is the Bull, Brad Lord. 3.81 ERA over 28 games, 59 innings worked, 52 strikeouts, a 5-2 record. Possibly your best arm. Brad Lord is just probably your best arm. And I love that Brad Lord gets that this year. He had a couple tough outings, but overall, he's been good. That's the thing. Brad Lord has been very good. The 6'3", 210 righty at age 26 made his way to the big leagues, pitching unconventionally. He's not a guy who's going to throw 96, 97 miles an hour. He's going to work in the zone. He's going to be low to mid-90s maybe, but he has breaking balls. He has a good slider to work. So here we go. Love to see him come out of the bullpen, but I'd also love to see him saving for a close game. Hopefully this game can be busted out by the Nationals, who have a great offense. And if they can figure out the offense without James Wood. As we go here, top 4 to be Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, lead off here. Beautiful evening from Washington, D.C. Night sky's pretty much black by now, pitch black now, but still got a nice evening for baseball. Lights are dimming this field now. They're lighting up the field fully now. So here we go, top 4. And Cade Cavalli back out there with 44 pitches, has taken off his undershirt, so he's just going full jersey now. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be a curveball or sweeper in there called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count here. Honestly, it's rare to see a pitcher do that, take off the undershirt mid-outing. First 3 innings, he does wear the undershirt. Now he's going to take it off here in the 4th. Here comes the 0-1 from Cavalli. That's going to be swung on, grounded to the third baseman house. He dives and makes the play, fires to first, in time for out number 1. It was off his glove, and it kind of stayed right in front of him. He hops up, makes a great throw over to first in time for out number 1. It goes off his glove, but he keeps it right in front of him. Kind of deflected off his body. He throws a nice sidearm throw. Stevenson is not fast, so Brady House makes a web gem here for out number 1. He is saved by the slowness of Tyler Stevenson, the fact that Stevenson doesn't run well, and that's out number 1. Great play by Brady House. It started off as a not great play either. Here's the pitch to Suarez from Cavalli. In there, called strike 1 with a knuckle curve, so it's an 0-1 count now. Great play by Brady House. Great play. Let's go Brady right there. Brady House back up in the big leagues. The Morgan Wallen man. Here's the pitch. Is low and away. Ball 1 with a knuckle curve. So 1-1 right here. He walks up to Don't We by Morgan Wallen. A good country song. And it fits him. A guy who honestly looks like Morgan Wallen. And he has that country vibe. Here comes the 1-1 from Cavalli. Here's the pitch to Suarez. Cavalli delivers. That's going to be swung on and miss on a fastball outside for a 1-2 count. Suarez looks like he tipped it into the glove. We'll do 1-2 here. Nevertheless, to the DH. Suarez already has a home run in the game. He's 1 for 1. Maybe taking off the undershirt was what Cavalli needed to do. Here's the 1-2 to Suarez. Call! Strike 3 on a knuckle curve. Low and outside. Cade Cavalli with strikeout number 4 and out number 2 here in the top of the 4th. Cade Cavalli dots up the knuckle curve, and that's his 4th strikeout on the evening. Cade Cavalli, as you're seeing, the breaking ball is working. He's throwing the breaker for a strike, which is great. That is awesome. The fact that he's throwing it in the zone and they're looking at it, that is great. Cavalli with 2 outs will face Rodriguez now. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez from Cavalli. That's going to be swung on. Line to right center field. That's a base hit towards the gap. This one will roll all the way to the wall. Center fielder Young's going to cut it off. Cruising in a second is going to be Rodriguez with a double. So there's a runner at second here with 2 outs. So double towards the gap for Hector Rodriguez. Kind of guy looks a little up in the box. And he's not too tall. He's 5'10", 200. His first hit in the big leagues right there. Good moment for Hector Rodriguez with his first hit at the big league level at age 22. Wearing number 43 with the Reds, he has his first big league knock. So there's runners at second here with 2 outs. Good for Hector. First hits, extra bases, so 2 outs. That'll bring up Noel Marte right here with 2 away. Cavalli comes set. He waits now. The pitch to Marte is going to be swung on and missed on a knuckle curve, and it's an 0-1 count. Swings through that one, so do 0-1 now. I mean, before that, 4 batters faced 3 strikeouts for Cavalli on that stretch. Comes the 0-1 from Cavalli to Marte. He delivers. And that's outside. Ball one with a cutter. Should be a 1-1 count. First time Cavalli's going to have to work out a set is right here as he faces Noel V. Marte. And honestly, he hasn't given up a single yet. So he's given up 4 hits, all extra bases. Maybe that's why there's 3 runs on the board. Here comes the 1-1 from Cavalli to Marte. And he'll turn around, take a look at the runner at second. Just going to quickly look over there. Rodriguez taking a good lead over there. I don't think he'd steal, though. No stolen bases so far through his first just 3 games of the big leagues. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Marte is flailing at that sweeper. Nowhere close to it. He's just swinging, trying to get a bat on something, and he cannot hit that one. So do 1-2 right here with 2 outs now. Cavalli steps onto the rubber now. 1-2 with 2 outs. Cavalli facing Marte right here to be a 1-2. Cavalli sets. Here comes the 1-2 to Marte. He waits. Now the 1-2 in the dirt. Ball 2 with a knuckle curve, but staying at second is going to be Rodriguez. He didn't try to move up to third. Harry Ford kept it in front. Good job by Ford being athletic, just keeping it in front. Nowhere for Rodriguez to go. And Ford's a guy who can pop up and throw a nice dart over to second or third even. Or back pick over to first. No matter what, he can probably do it. So you don't really want to run on Harry Ford. It'll be a 2-2 here. Cavalli sets. Here's the pitch to Noel V. Marte. In the dirt, ball 3 with a cutter, so it's a full count now. Once again, Ford has to smother it and keep it in front. Good job by Harry Ford again. Good job by Harry Ford all around. Doing great, keeping the ball in front of him, being a wall back there. So do 3-2 right here. Cavalli goes to the pitch comp. Looks like he's going to call his own pitch right here, and he does. It'll be a 3-2. Cavalli sets. Rodriguez should be on the move here. Here's the 3-2, and Cavalli will turn around, take a look. The runner on second again, so that's his second disengagement. So Rodriguez is free to go right here. So if you pick him off, if you're going to pick off, you have to get him. Can't just give him a warning right here. So it'll be 3-2. Cavalli sets. Here comes the 3-2 to Marte. He delivers. Called! Strike 3 on a sweeper on the outside corner. That one was not near the zone, but I will get the call. Good job by Cade Cavalli for strikeout number 5, and that will end the inning. Good job by Cade Cavalli striking out Marte for the second time today. 1 hit in the inning. It is a double. First big league hit for Hector Rodriguez. 1 runner left on base. One to the bottom of the 4th. Reds 3, Nationals 3, right here on District Nation. Jared's here. What's up, Jared? He says, go Red. What is up, Jared? Thank you so much for tuning in and being the next subscriber. So we're now 1 away from 780. Let's go, everybody. Now we're getting closer and closer to 800 every single day. It'll be Lyle, Cruz, and Ford for the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th. Dalen Lyle going to get it going first. To Mand ABS. Yeah, that I saw that one was not near. That was not near. That was off the zone. That was not there, but I will take the call. I will take what I can get. I will definitely take what I can get, and I know Blake Buter agrees with me. We take what we get. So here we go to the bottom of the 4th. I mean, the Nationals, even after this fall-off, still look decent. Only 5 games under 5, and they look good coming in. Then you trade Foster away. You trade Louis away. Kind of falls apart, but now you're finding other guys. Cade Cavalli's going to have to take over a mark that someone like Foster Griffin had to do. So he's going to have some time. I'm really excited to see what Cade Cavalli does. He's going to be this staff's undisputed ace as we go here to the bottom of the 4th. He's going to be your main guy. 4 innings, 3 runs so far. Staying cool with AC. Yep. You got to stay cool with AC. Let's go. We're up to 780 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Now up to 780. Thank you so much. We are now 20 away from 800 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
So bottom of the 4th coming up right here should be Garcia going back out there. He will face Dalen Lyle here to get the bottom of the 4th underway. Dalen Lyle already does have a home run in today's game, a 3-run bomb. I mean, if one guy's upset about this lead being taken away, it's got to be Lyle. He hit a tank. A guy who always rakes against the Reds. That's the one team he does very well against. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and that's in the dirt. Ball 1 with a sweeper, so to be a 1-0 count. They will stick with Garcia right here. Lyle hitting .244, a .296 on base percentage. One thing you won't see him do much is walk. Only 28 on the year so far. He had 21 last year. Here comes the 1-0 to Lyle. Lyle takes a fastball upstairs, ball 2. But this year, 15 home runs. If he hits a few more, he could enter the 20 home run club. Didn't even get to double digits last year. This year is 11 stolen bases, 15 home runs. I mean, what works, works. Here's the 2-0 to Lyle, and that's upstairs, ball 3 with a sweeper. So do 3-0 right here. 3-0 with no one out. Dalen Lyle up to the plate. I mean, I know the one time we say he doesn't draw a walk, it's going to be the one time he draws a walk. He's going to take a fastball in there, called strike 1. So it'll be 3-1 here. Now Dalen Lyle's going to take a timeout. Take a second here, figure it out. Just make sure he's okay. So 3-1 here, no one out. Bottom of the 4th. Garcia looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 3-1 to Lyle. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike 2 on a fastball. That one did clip the zone on the low and outside corner. So do 3-2 right here. 15 pitches for Garcia at a quick third inning. The Nationals need to get to him here in the 4th. Ending a third worked. Here's the 3-2. Lyle swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. This one's going to get down for a base hit. All the way to the wall. Marte will play it off the wall. Lyle will cruise in a second base. Dalen Lyle delivers once again. He'll hit the meditation celebration for a double. And now the Nationals have a man at second here with no one out in the bottom of the 1st. 104.6 off the bat. He roasted that one to right field for an extra base hit. His second hit of the day and his second extra base hit of the day. Dalen Lyle hit number 108 on the year. Double number 23. Let's go. Dalen Lyle in a second. He could hit himself a meditation celebration here. Double off of Garcia. That'll bring up DC right here. Dylan Cruz will hit with a runner at second and no one out. So now do you have DC bunt right here, though? Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz takes a slider upstairs, ball 1. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We're up to 781, gaining another one. Let's go. Thank you for subscribing. Can't pronounce the name, but you're on the screen, so you're on the screen. 220 average for Dylan Cruz. His OPS is at 668 OPS, though. The 1-0, check swing. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Backus. And to be honest, I will agree with him on that one. Cruz did turn his body a lot that time. Yeah, I think he went. He turned his body, and he went at it with his bat. Cruz immediately looked disgusted after he did it, too. He knew he went. So he won 1 here. Here's the pitch to DC. Cruz swinging a miss at a sweeper, and it's a 1-2 count. He struck out back in the 1st. Once again, brings me back to my original question. Should we have had him bunt earlier in this AB? He's probably not going to bunt now, but should he have earlier? So 1-2 here. You got Harry Ford on deck, a guy who can probably put a ball in play. So it'd be nicer to have Lyle at third with 1 out instead of at second with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but this one is foul and out of play. So 1-2 again. Got a decent piece of that one, but it just goes foul. So 1-2 again right here to DC, Dylan Cruz. Honestly, baby steps here. It is nice to see Dylan Cruz with an over 200 average. Maybe we don't get the 300 hitter we saw at college baseball, but 220 is fine. The 1-2 to DC. Yes, sword swing for out number 1. He went on a 83-mile-an-hour sweeper high, and that is a sword swing for out number 1. Not a good swing by Dylan Cruz, so there's 1 out here. In the bottom of the 4th, a sword swing for out number 1. Not a great hack by Dylan Cruz. So there's 1 out now. That is strikeout number 3 for Garcia in his relief outing, and there's 1 out now. So now coming set, here's Garcia now at 21 pitches. He'll face Harry Ford. Here's the pitch. Ford swinging a miss at a fastball, and it's an 0-1 count. He can't hit that one. So 0-1 right here. Staying cool. Drinking chilled Arizona sweet tea with ginseng and honey. That's awesome. That's cool. So 0-1 here with 1 out. Now Ford will take a timeout. Garcia's going to have to step off as Harry Ford takes a quick timeout right here just to step out, calm himself. A base hit here would be great. Just drive in that run. Take the lead again. Really, really important the Nationals can take back this lead. It is crucial. I mean, you got to win the game, but Nationals having a lead is so much better because they can't win when they're going into the 9th losing. They don't have a single walk-off this year. Here comes the 0-1 to Ford. Garcia delivers, and Ford takes a sweeper in the dirt. Ball 1. Lyle will not move up to third, though. Catcher Stevenson stays near it. So now they'll take a timeout and put a new ball into play, but almost. That ball takes an odd bounce. Lyle man up at third, but instead he's at second here. Didn't go far enough away from the catcher. So do 1-1 right here. With one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Garcia comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Harry Ford. Here's the pitch to Ford. Ford takes a sweeper high and inside, ball 2. So we'll do 2-1 now. 2-1 here with one out in the bottom of the fourth. Cincinnati and Nationals tied at 3. DC and Cincinnati. Garcia sets at the belt. It'll be a 2-1 to Ford. Here's the pitch. Ford swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left center. Going back to the left fielder at the track, at the wall. And that one is gone. Watch it fly. Harry Ford and the Nationals retake the lead. Harry Ford delivers with a 2-run home run. He just barely sneaks it out of here. Watch it fly, Harry Ford. The Nationals take the lead to left center field. Ford sneaks it out of here. Not hit far at all, but he does get it out of here, and it's a 5-3 game. The Nationals add on an extra 2. Harry Ford with his second home run on the year, and only his second home run of his career. Harry Ford gets it going with a 2-run tank, and the Nationals have a 5-3 lead now. We'll get our NATS chant in just a moment. Let's go! Harry Ford with a 2-run bomb. So that'll bring up Nunez now. Nunez takes a fastball in there, called strike one. We'll do one right here. We'll get the next one after this pitch right here, but we'll do one for now. If I can find it on the soundboard. Looks like we're going to have to wait a minute here. We'll have to wait here. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So it'll be 1-1. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Now Nunez takes a sweeper inside, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count. Let's go. We just gained 2 subscribers. The home run added on 2 subscribers. Thank you, Harry Ford. Home runs bring in subs. Let's go. Harry Ford with a 2-run bomb makes it 5-3. Here's the 2-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes a sweeper in the dirt. They'll appeal on a swing. No. So it'll be a 3-1 count. Harry Ford bombs. Harry Ford with a bomb. I mean, the average was not great coming in. Facing a righty here. Has his second home run. RBIs number 5 and 6 this season. Career 6 and 7. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball at 91. So do 3-2 right here. 6 and 7 for career RBIs. He had 8 games last year, 13 this year. That average will climb up a little bit. For Ford, here's the 3-2 to Nunez. Swinging a ground ball to the first baseman. He has to play it towards the hole. Nunez is hustling, but the first baseman does flip it up to the pitcher, Garcia, in time for out number 2. But Harry Ford got a breaking ball, and he crushed it out of here for a 2-run tank. Curtis King is here. Curtis King is here. He says, LFG, let's go. Yeah, exactly. Harry Ford with a 2-run tank. So Lyle also has been a part of all 5 runs because he hits the home run, then he scores one of them. So Dalen Lyle is being effective here. But Harry Ford snuck that one out to the red seats. Just barely got it out of here. So 2 outs now, and that will bring up Jose Tena here with 2 away after Nunez grounds out. So Jose Tena coming to the plate. Garcia sets. Here's the pitch to Tena, and that's going to be fouled off. It'll be an 0-1 count. Have $750 on the Nats, and first call on your channel is a Nats homer. Die-hard Reds fans. They stink. Great. Oh, future radio voice. Thank you so much, Curtis. That is the dream, Curtis. That is the dream. Here's the 0-1 to Tena. Is going to be in there. Called strike 2. The fastball to be 0-2 right here. Thank you so much for your kind words, Curtis. Thank you so much. You don't know how much those help me out. So we 0-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Garcia comes set. It'll be 0-2 to Tena. He waits. Now the 0-2. And Tena takes a fastball just low and inside. They can't get the call. So do 1-2 right here. Just can't get the call that time. Good job by Tena having a good eye. But I think if we got a replay on that, that one probably could have been a strike. It looked like it was close. The 1-2 to Tena. In the dirt, ball to the sweeper. So do 2-2 now. They appealed on a swing over to Chris Siegel, the third base umpire. He did say no. So do 2-2 right here. Jose Tena up to the plate. Garcia's up to 35 pitches. Looks like Terry Francona's going to the phone right here. He's going to get an arm loose after stretching Garcia into the 4th inning. And he's at 35 pitches. It'll be a 2-2 to Tenna. Here's the pitch. Tenna swinging a foul ball on a fastball at 91. He just fouls that one softly back. So do 2-2 again right here. I mean, chaos is what the Nationals need right here offensively, and they got chaos right here. You get the double from Lyle. Dalen Lyle is raking right now, and then you get a Harry Ford bomb. So, Harry Ford, not a likely source of power. A guy who's going to draw walks more. Here's the 2-2. Tenna, low ball 3, you're going to appeal on a swing. No, says Chris Siegel once again. So, Chris Siegel, third base umpires, not being aggressive with the ringing up guys. So, I'm fine with it. Not being aggressive, that is completely fine because it helps out both teams. So 3-2 here. It's better to be on the no side than the yes side, either way, because it's such a hard call to make. Here comes the 3-2 to Tenna. Tenna swinging a foul ball off his foot, so do 3-2 again right here. Reds should trade Elly and get that stand package like the Nats got. Or the Soto. Great trade by the Nats, Abrams would. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I loved it because it's really paying off now. The key is you got to wait. Here's the 3-2. Tenna swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman of Fields. Cleanly throws to first on the run in time. So McLean throws that one at Stewart, and that will end the inning. But the Nationals get 2 more. It's a 5-3 game here, everybody. 2 runs in the inning. The Nationals take the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits. No runners left on base. We are through 4, everybody. It is a 5-3 game as we go here to the top of the 5th. Soto, yeah. I mean, it was a great trade. The key is you got to wait. It's a rebuild. You got to wait. We are still in the waiting stages. We got a preview this year. We got a taste. But for now, keep doing what you're doing. I love what we're doing right now because the team's looking good. We got Abrams. We got Wood. We got Dalen Lyle. Never likely that Dalen Lyle would be in this situation. A second-round pick was not expecting to play at this level. I mean, I didn't think so. I thought he'd be an average player when I saw him in spring training a few years ago. But here he is. A second-round pick out of Trinity in Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm fine with it. I love it. I love the pick. And it was overall pick 47 in 2021. Same draft that you get Jacob Young out of. And I think Jake Irvin was a 2019. So Irvin was 19. 2021, you get Young, you get Lyle. I mean, 2021, it was the underlying picks. No one really thought about him, and that we got 2 of our key outfielders. So you go to the top of the 5th. As you go, it'll be Hayes, McLean, and De La Cruz here in the top of the 5th inning. Cade Cavalli has worked, now looking at the score where he's leading, he's worked 4 strong innings. 3 runs given up, but he has the lead. That's the thing. He has the lead. That's important. He's winning. That's the only thing. In baseball, 27 outs. Whoever has more runs after 27 outs are gotten, that's the winner. So, whatever works for him. Now the 8, 9, and 1 will hit for the Reds in the top of the 5th. So right now, focus up. The best thing to do right here, get out. You're going to have to face De La Cruz again. You're going to have to face guys who so far on the game are 2 for 4 against you with 2 home runs. The best thing to do, get outs. So we go here to the top of the 5th in a 5-3 game. Here we go, top 5. Here's the pitch from Cavalli to Hayes now, and that's going to be low ball 1 with a sinker, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Cavalli's pitch count, not high, at 58 pitches. I could see him working in the 6th inning, maybe even work into the 7th. So this is a guy who is going to work long into games. Cade Cavalli traditionally works deep into games, so I would love to see him get some action here, work into the 7th inning. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber here in the top of the 5th. He looks in for his sign. He's got it. Comes set. Now he'll work out of the wind. Here comes the 1-0 to Hayes. Called. Strike 1 with a sweeper, so it will be a 1-1 count. Gets a nice breaking ball flicked right in there. So 1-1 right here. 59 pitches for Cavalli. Once again, he ditched the undershirt after 3 innings of work. So the 4th inning, he did give up 1 hit, but no runs. So whatever works for you, Cade. Here comes the 1-1 from Cavalli. Step back, wind up. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball and a knuckle curve, so 1-2 right here. He fouls off a knuckle curve lone inside. So it's a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with no one out in the top of the 5th. It's nice. It was great that, you never want to see delays because of rain, but it was great because we got to hop on time. We got to be on the mic on time for this game. That I was coming back from vacation today. The vacation ended today. I was coming home and I was able to hop on the mic. Another fun part of my summers. Cavalli into the wind. The 1-2 to Hayes. Inside. Ball 2. Almost got him with a knuckle curve, so it'll be 2-2. That one doesn't really cut back into the zone. That one stayed way inside. So 2-2 right here. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber. He faces Hayes. Cavalli stepped in. Cavalli will go into the wind right here. Here's the 2-2 to Hayes. Swing and a miss on a sweeper outside. Cade Cavalli, strikeout number 6 and out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. So Cade Cavalli's now Cade up half a dozen now with 6 strikeouts here through just 4 1/3. He's looking good now, settling in. If he can do that, I am completely fine. Cade Cavalli looking good. Here's now the pitch to McLean, who does have a home run in the game, but that's going to be a knuckle curve, low ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count. The C's are in the house. Just realize you're back on tonight. The C's are in the house. Mr. and Mrs. C are in the house. Thank you so much. Mr. and Mrs. C, here's the 1-0. Called. Strike 1 with a sweeper. Happy to see Mr. and Mrs. C in the house hanging out. The OG fans are here. Top of the 5th, 5-3 game. Cavalli will go into the wind right here. Here's the 1-1 to McLean. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. Going back is Young. And that one is off the wall. Cruz will have to play it off the wall. Rounding first, headed for second is McLean. Looks like he's going to stop there. He will. He was running fast, but he has himself a double. So now there's a runner at second here with 1 out. McLean seems to have Cade Cavalli's number right here. On pitch number 65 from Cavalli, McLean hits a fly ball off of right center for a double. Thought that one might have gotten out of here with an Oppo Taco home run, but instead, all he can do, the sweeper, is just hit it off the wall. So a double here with 1 out. McLean with a double to right center. The righty with a little pop off the right center wall. Good thing the Nationals right center wall, that's a high wall. It is tough to get one over there. So that'll bring up Elly De La Cruz as the tying run right here. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Cavalli sets. Here's a pitch to De La Cruz, and that's going to be up and out. Ball 1 with a fastball at 98 miles an hour, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Reds traded for Hayes. Last trade deadline, paying him $7-8 million per year. He's literally the worst position player in baseball. Dreadful stats. You know, for me, I see those, and sometimes I want him. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt ball, too, because we have some pretty bad guys, too. We are willing to give you some of our bullpen arms. I would, honestly, I'll take Hayes. I'll take him, throw him in a AAA, let him develop a little bit. The Nationals this year have been very good at developing players. That is something the Nationals have been great at this year. As coming set is Cavalli. It'll be a 2-0 to De La Cruz. Here's the pitch, and Cavalli will turn around and take a look at Blade. So he'll take his foot, step it up, and then take a look at second base. Doesn't throw over, though. Should be 2-0 here with 1 out. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, especially Mr. and Mrs. C listening in. Coming set's going to be Cavalli. The 2-0 to De La Cruz is inside, ball 3, and it will be a 3-0 count now. 3-0 here with 1 out, top 5. Awful ownership organization, go Nats. Glad you enjoyed your vacation. Have a great weekend, and God bless. Thank you so much, Curtis, for tuning in. The 3-0 is low, ball 4. Thank you so much for tuning in, Curtis, as a Reds fan, but thank you so much for tuning in nevertheless. Cavalli will now walk Elly De La Cruz, so runners at first and second with 1 out, and Simon Matthews going to pay a visit here with 1 out. Now Cavalli's up to 69 pitches. That's his first walk of the evening. Good choice. Very good choice right here. Very good choice. Give him a mound visit. He obviously needs to find the zone. Very important here. The weatherman is here. Dan in the house. The weatherman is here. What's up, Dan? Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out Dan the weatherman. Without Dan, I wouldn't know anything. I would not know anything. Dan is the weatherman. He is at the game right now, and he is feeding information that we can't find. So shout out to Dan, a guy who is helping me out from the stadium, the weatherman for tonight's game. Insights, everything. So thank you so much, Dan, for being the source that I needed tonight. So we go. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Sal Stewart will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on today's game. I mean, for now, you just got to get these outs. Hold this 2-run lead. Because chances are the bullpen is not going to do that. So let's hope the starter Cavalli can do that. Here's the pitch to Sal Stewart. Swinging a ground ball. This is down the third base line and foul. Brady House will grab that one in foul territory. So it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 1 out. Sal Stewart, 256 average, 25 home runs, 87 runs driven in, and 816 OPS on the year. 25 balls, only 45 strikes, though. 70 pitches. Cavalli's been doing well. Those are great numbers. And he only has one walk, too, so he's spreading out the balls. Coming set is going to be Cavalli. Here comes the 0-1 to Stewart. Here's the pitch from Cavalli, and that's going to be swung on, grounded, foul on a 96-mile-an-hour sinker, and it'll be 0-2 right here. Oh, man, it looks like it's time to get Cavalli out of there. Well, runners at first and second, one out. I mean, Mr. C, I don't know. I don't know if you want to go to the bull after 5. I think if he gets out of this, give him the 6th. Give him the 6th because this bullpen is deflated. Here comes the 0-2 from Cavalli. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the third baseman house. He goes to second for 1. Throw to first in time for out number 3. 5 plus 4 plus 3 equals 2 for a double play. Cade Cavalli gets exactly what he needs. A ground ball to house. He can just fire it over to second. And then Tenna throws a one-hopper to Abby, who gets the one-hopper in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. What a play by the Nationals field. Brady House, a good third baseman, showing it off right there, and the Nationals get out of that sticky situation. One runner left on base in the inning, and only on 1 hit in the inning as well. So no runs, went to the bottom of the 5th. Still the Nationals 5, the Reds 3. I mean, after that, give him a 6th inning. Give him a 6th inning right there. Yes, definitely give him a 6th inning. This guy is entering the 70s with his pitch count. I would definitely give Cade Cavalli right here another outing. I spoke too soon. Yes. That honestly perfect, Mr. C. Perfect. Now we know he can get through 5, and he has a 2-run lead now through 5. Looks like we're going to have a new arm. May will take over for Garcia right here. He's going to take over for the Reds. So we're going to have Luis May. Luis May will take over a righty arm at the age of 25. 7 games, a 7.27 ERA, over 8 2/3 innings worked. He has 7 hits, 7 runs. It is time to eat. It is time to eat. If you want to get to a guy, May is probably the guy to do it. Guy who struggled in his time at the big leagues thus far in his career, so figure him out. Career, this is really... Last year he had 23 games, had a 3.43, struggling here, so it is time for him. It's time for the Nationals to eat. It is time to eat. You're facing a not great bullpen arm, and this is a good offense. Time to eat. As Luis May would take over, JY, the 9-hitter, is going to lead it off. Shout out once again to JY. Congrats for winning Heart and Hustle Award. Good job to JY for winning it for the Nationals. 2 1/3 innings worked, 2 hits, 2 runs for Garcia, both of them earned. He ended up walking no one, striking out 3. He did give up a home run. So we go bottom 5 in a 5-3 game. JY is going to lead it off. JY, who's not known for the big fly, but could always use a big fly at any moment's notice. He has his most home runs this year. He could hit 10 this year, possibly. First pitch from May to Young is going to be called. Strike 1 on the sinker up in the zone, so it'll be an 0-1 count. Young didn't get the call that time. It is called a strike, so do 0-1 right here. Jacob Young, 9 home runs of his 75 hits. Here comes the 0-1 to JY. Check swing. Did he go? Whoa, he did? Oh my gosh, that was not close. Butera does not like the call. Wow, Butera's going to start yelling at the home plate umpire. Rarely do you see that, but we've been seeing a new version of Blake Butera lately. Heck, we saw a version of Butera that got ejected. Looking at the replay, he checked. He did not go. Home plate umpire says he did. I mean, you got to appeal on that. You got to appeal. So 0-2 right here. Not a good call by the pitch. And Young slaps this one out to center field. That's a base hit to left center. Rodriguez will grab that one towards the left center hole. JY says, I don't care, you're going to call that a swing. I'm going to swing this time, and I'll rip a base hit. So JY, 76 hit on the season. Nice by JY. Upstairs pitch. He just slaps it out to center field. Nothing special about that one. Not a very hittable pitch that time. Not a pitch in the zone. He just rips it out to center field. So there's a runner at first here with no one out. Jacob Young continuing to hit. That'll raise his 241 average up a few points, as that'll bring up CJ Abrams. Here's the pitch. Abrams takes a sinker in there, called strike 1 at 98 miles an hour, and it'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be 0-1 here. Jacob Young, though, this year hasn't had the glove he usually does, and he's not having as many chances in the field as well, with the Nationals having so many outfielders. Here's the 0-1, and Abrams takes a sinker, low ball 1. So it will be a 1-1 count now. I mean, CJ Abrams is 1 for 2 on the day, but he's thrown into a situation that he hasn't been in a while, and that situation's the leadoff hole. At the beginning of the season, I thought Abrams would be our leadoff hitter. Then I met James Wood, the leadoff hitter. Here comes the 1-0 to Abrams. Abrams check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Chris Siegel. Siegel is being very, very lenient with the swings. His calls, I like the guy. I like the calls right now because he's not giving many of them, because it is a call where you don't want to give a lot of them. I feel like umpires shouldn't give a lot of those, calling them that they did swing. Here's the 2-1. Abrams slaps this one to left field. Caught by the left fielder, Blade. What a play by CJ Blade on the line drive. He makes a sliding catch for out number 1. Sliding in, makes a nice catch. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Abrams, man, other outfielders, that's probably a slap base hit on that line drive, but that time Blade makes a nice sliding catch for out number 1 on that low line drive. So there's 1 out now. Abrams is now 1 for 3 on the day. Nice play by JJ Blade. So to bring up Abimelec Ortiz, who's over 2 on the day. The pitch to Ortiz is going to be in there, called strike 1 with a 99-mile-an-hour sinker. So it'll be 0-1 here. 0-1 with 1 out. Ortiz sets. He's got a lower arm angle here. Here's the 0-1 to Ortiz. Swinging a ground ball, foul, oof, off the foot of Ortiz. Young was on the move on the play, so a lot of chaos happening there. But Ortiz ends up fouling off the pitch, off his foot, so I have to check he's okay. Another one you got to be worried about is Andres Chaparro. Andres Chaparro got hit by a pitch in the head, and Brady House had to take over at first. He's played games since, but I'm really hoping he's okay. But Brady House had to play first that game. That was a disaster. Here's the 0-2. Ortiz swinging a miss at a slider. Can't even tip that one. Ortiz goes down swinging for out number 2 in the inning. First strikeout by May. May is not spelled M-A-Y. It's spelled M-E-Y. Interesting spelling there for Luis May. Spelled M-E-Y. So to bring up Brady House right here with 2 outs. 226 average. Has a fielder's choice on the day. It'd be nice to get up the cleanup hitter Lau right here. And Young's picked off. They got him. Jacob Young had a huge lead. Luis May can just turn around, throw it over to first. Young was getting very aggressive that time. Got a huge lead, and that's out number 3. A pickoff to get Jacob Young, and that ends the inning. 1-3 on the pickoff. Not what you want to see that time. Nothing good that time. So 1 hit in the inning. No runners left on base. We are through 5, everybody. It's Nationals 5, Cincinnati 3. That's just a miscue. By that point, you got to be better than that. You cannot get picked off with 2 outs. That is not a way to end an inning. You do not want to see it happen like that. Never, ever, ever. You never want to see that. And that's what we saw. That is what we end up seeing. Not good. Not a good read at all. That was not a good read at all. Not a good play at all. Just not good decision-making at all from Jacob Young right there. Getting too big of a lead right there. We'll head to the 6th, everybody. Let's see if Cade Cavalli stays out there. He'll have Blade, Stevenson, and Suarez, who are 1 for 6 combined with a home run from Eugenio Suarez. Every other time they've been retired. 2 strikeouts through them as a group. So Cade Cavalli settle in here in the 6th inning. Figured out right here. Cade Cavalli has worked in the 6th inning plenty this year. He's worked into the 6th inning. I think he's seen the 7th inning a couple times as well. So not a guy who has just seen 5 innings of work. They've stretched him out a little bit. He's had long outings before. He's not a guy who's only going to work 4, can only work 5. He can work good outings. So he's been good. In the 5th inning of work, he has a 5.08 ERA. In the 6th inning, he has a 2.13. In the 7th, though, he has 11.57. 2 1/3 inning of worked in the 7th inning. 3 runs. 12 2/3 worked in the 6th inning with a 2.13 ERA. Those are good numbers. Over 15 times he's worked in the 6th inning and only once into the 7th. I'd love to see what he can do right here. I would love to see. He's worked into there 3 times, but he's worked in the 6th plenty. So he's worked in the 6th inning and he's done well. Cade Cavalli has done well in the 6th inning. Let him work right here. Now let him be done after 6. Go to maybe Cosgrove for the 7th inning. You can set up Rebalta for the 8th and figure out the 9th. Maybe go to Giovanni Cruz for the 9th. I didn't really see Giovanni and Will Dion. I didn't see him pitch as much, but I saw other things. I saw our starters pitch while I was on vacation. I watched most of the games, and I listened to some of them. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1 with a breaker. That's the knuckle curve for a ball, so it'll be a 1-0 count right here. I saw a good amount of the games. I saw our offense just wasn't clicking that much. I saw we didn't do well against Atlanta. We had a good game against the Nationals. We did well against the Phillies, but just not great from the Nationals overall during that road trip. And now you're back at home trying to get a win on the board. Cavalli will go into the wind. Here's the 1-0 to Blade. That's going to be outside ball to the sinker. So it'll be a 2-0 count. 2-0 here with no one out in the top of the 6th. Top 6, no one out. Cavalli at 74 pitches now. Here comes the 2-0 to Blade. That's outside ball through with a knuckle curve. You do not want to see a 4-pitch walk right here. We're going to be climb back in somehow right here, Cavalli. Just get the outs. Get the outs however you need to. Get the outs. Most important thing, don't walk them on 4 pitches. That's just the easiest of all free passes. Here's the 3-0 to Blade. That's going to be in there. Called strike one with a fastball. Flicks it in the zone. So do 3-1 now. And while we're in this inning, we'll also check up on the scores around the league. Especially the Mets are beating the Pirates 6-0 in the bottom of the 2nd in Pittsburgh. Here's the 3-1 to Blade. Low and away, ball 4. Can't get the changeup in the zone, so Cade Cavalli issues Blade a walk. So that's how he's going to get the 6th inning going. So runner at first here with no one out. Here in the top of the 6th. Some other scores, you got the Blue Jays and Phillies going in the top of the 3rd. Blue Jays beating them 2-1. Braves and Yankees 0-0 in the top of the 2nd in New York. Red Sox beating the Athletics 12-1 in the bottom of the 2nd over there in Boston. Angels beating the Marlins 4-2 in Miami. Here's first pitch to Tyler Stevenson. He takes a sweeper in there, called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count now. 8-1, Guardians beating the White Sox in Chicago. Twins have a 7-6 lead over the Brewers in the top of the 6th inning. In the top of the 5th, Cubs beating the Royals 4-1 in Kansas City. The 0-1 to Stevenson. Swing and a miss. At a knuckle curve, low and outside. It's an 0-2 count. Not a great swing by Stevenson, and Cavalli gets him to chase. It'll be 0-2 here. The Rockies and Cardinals are playing in St. Louis. Cardinals have a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Orioles beating the Rangers in Texas 1-0. And Astros at Padres about to get underway. Same with the Rays at Mariners. And later tonight, you're also going to have the Dodgers play as well. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. Cavalli waits. Now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Backus. He did go that time. Stevenson down swinging on the pitch in the dirt. Strikeout number 7 for Cade Cavalli. He is just cruising with the strikeouts now. Not hard to come by for Cade. Yes, he did. Looking at the replay, yes, he did. He got his bat out there. He did go on a pitch in the dirt, and the runner at first, Blade, does stay. Dodgers at D-backs, and later you got Rays, Mariners, Tigers, Giants, 10:15 p.m. scheduled first pitch. That's a late one. Now here's the first pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Now going over to first, and back in safely is Blade. Abby laid the tag quickly, though. Wanted to try to get him, but they couldn't. So that's the first disengagement by Cade Cavalli. Cavalli sets. Here comes the pitch to Suarez. Inside, ball 1 with a knuckle curve, so it's a 1-0 count. Thought someone may challenge that one. Pitcher nor catcher challenged. And it looks like it did clip the zone. Look at the replay. So they probably should have challenged looking at it. They probably should have challenged to get a call go their way. It'll be 1-0. Here's the pitch to Suarez. Swing and a miss. And a knuckle curve low and outside. It'd be a 1-1 count. Gets him to chase a pitch that's nowhere near. So 1-1 right here with 1 out. Top of the 6th, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. We do series previews here. We do a lot of other content. We do live play-by-play as well. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count. Let's go. 83 pitches now for Cavalli. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top. The 6th. Keep saying the inning. Maybe he'll just switch randomly to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 to Suarez. Cavalli waits. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball foul on a knuckle. He fouls it off his leg. So do 1-2 again right here. Cade Cavalli. He has been up to triple digits in the pitches. He's been up to 100 pitches in an outing where he went 7 against Boston. That was an outing on June 30th, and that really got a hot streak going for Cade Cavalli. Cavalli had a 3.82 ERA in June, a 3.41 in May. He had a 3.08 in the month of July, and here in the month of August, he has a 3 ERA. He's been great. Ever since that outing against Boston, such a good ERA since then, and a lot of strikeouts. The 1-2, swinging a ground ball foul to 1-2 again. Cade Cavalli since mowing down the Red Sox. 7 innings of work, 13 strikeouts, no runs. His best outing of the year. Easily his best outing of the year. He did give up 1 run. It wasn't even earned. His best outing of the year, 100 pitches. He's been great since then. His best outing of the year. We'll do 1-2 as Cavalli comes set at the belt. Here comes the 1-2 to Suarez. Swing and a miss on a changeup inside. Strikeout number 8 for Cade Cavalli, and that's out number 2 in the inning. Let's go. So now that's 2 strikeouts in a row for Cade Cavalli, and his second time putting the K onto Eugenio Suarez. So there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Rodriguez, the center fielder, Hector Rodriguez, hitting 143 at the big league level. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cold. Strike 1 with a knuckle curve for the low part of the zone. First big league hit back in the 4th inning of this game. Look at the replay on that knuckle curve. That did not touch the zone. Nationals are lucky they got that call. So it'll be 0-1 right here. Cavalli comes set. It'll be 0-1 to Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. Rodriguez swinging a miss at a knuckle curve in the dirt. Runner at first stays on the play. Bullet started towards second, but he doesn't go. So 0-2 now. Cavalli now at 88 pitches. If he touches, let's say he throws 1 more pitch right here. 1 more pitch to get the out. If I'm the manager, maybe I send him back out. Let him work into the 7th inning. Let him start the 7th. Get as much work out of the starter as you can so the bullpen doesn't have to work hard. You only have 3 more games, and you get an off day. Everyone gets a rest day. So we'll have to see, though. It'll be an 0-2. Cavalli sets. Here's the 0-2 to Rodriguez. The pitch. Upstairs and away, ball 1 with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Now Cavalli's emptying the tank. I believe this is going to be his last inning. If he touches 90 right here, this is going to be his last inning of work. He can probably face 1 or 2 more hitters, but you don't want to. Get the out right here, finish 6 right here. Cade Cavalli at 8 strikeouts through 5 2/3. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right back to Cade Cavalli. What a play. And he flips it up to Abimelec Ortiz in time for out number 3. What a play by big Cade Cavalli, and what a way to end his 6 innings of work. Cade Cavalli, 6 innings, 3 runs, has a gem right there. After settling in after 3 tough innings, he gets 3 great innings. After that, he ends up striking out 5 over a cross of 3 innings. After 3 innings, he struggles in a little bit. He does great and puts 3 zeros up in a row. He is through 6, and he has a lead. No hits in the inning, 1 man left on base on a walk. Went to the bottom of the 6th. It is the Nationals 5, the Reds 3, right here on District Nation. Well, he's into the 90s on the pitch count, so I'm assuming his day is over. So now the real question is, who do you want to turn over a 2-run game to? Who are you giving a 2-run game to that you can trust, that you can turn to and say, hey, I don't think you're going to blow this game. You're going to pitch. That is no one in our bullpen. I mean, possibly if you want a hard-throwing guy. Let's go. We're up to 784. Thank you so much. Level Up Logan here. Leveled Up Logan is here. What's up, Leveled Up Logan? He says, I got free tickets to the Nationals game in D.C. by my coach when I played baseball last season on June 15th. That game was incredible. June 15th. Let's check out that game real quickly. I love checking out old games. That's not the Mariners series. That's the next series after the Mariners series. Because the Mariners series was that weekend. Seattle came to us. So, what game would that be? I'm gonna have to look at the game. And it was incredible. If it's incredible, then I gotta look at it. If it was great. June 15th. That would have been the Royals. Oh, that was the Royals. I remember that game. I went to the Tuesday game. I watched the Monday game, and I went to the Tuesday game. I remember I went to the Tuesday game, and my cousin, shout out my cousin Bobby, went to the game on Wednesday. So, I went to the Tuesday game. I didn't go to the Monday, but the Monday game was great, too. Curtis Mead had that clutch home run on the Tuesday game against the Royals. That was a great series. Another series win for the Nats right there. But here we go, everybody. It'll be Brady House will hit first in this inning. That'll be Dalen Lyle, then DC. Here's the pitch to Brady House. House swinging a miss on a slider away. Strike 1. He swings through that one. So it's an 0-1 count, kind of chasing that time. So do 0-1 here. Thank you so much for subscribing, Logan. We are now up to 784 subscribers. Coming set is May. The 0-1 House. House swinging a miss on a slider. That time it's in the zone and it's 0-2. I've seen a lot of guys, especially against Brady House, will throw 2 pitches in the zone, get to an 0-2 count, And then they can just go way out of the zone. You'll see it right here. Here comes the 0-2 to Brady. And that's exactly what they do. They go to a slider way out of the zone, but Brady House does lay off. So do 1-2 right here. James Wood was insane. Oh, I think that might have been one of the 2 home run games then. That must have been one of the 2 home run games. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to House. Swing and a miss on a slider away. Strikeout number 2 for May. And that's out number 1 in the inning. Goes to Brady House. And once again, he goes out of the zone. He goes way out of the zone. Gets him to chase on a pitch that wasn't near at all. Brady House, one problem. Facing righties, he's going to chase. I don't think I did any games from that series. I don't think I did any. Coming set's going to be May. Here comes the pitch now to Lyle, and that's going to be called strike 1 in the up and out part of the zone, so it's an 0-1 count. Do you stream every day? During the summer, I try to stream most of the Nationals games, but sometimes I miss some. And during the school year, I do most of the weekend games, any off days I have. But I try to stream as many Nationals games as I can and as many Commanders games. The 0-1, Lyle fouls that one back on a 99-mile-an-hour sinker into the 0-2 count. 16 from 800. Let's go. Like and subscribe, people. Thank you so much, Mr. C, for letting them know. Don't think I called any games from the Royal Series. Let me check here, though. 6-14. Or that would have been the 15th. I called that game. I remember that game. I'll have to go back and look at that. Here's the 0-2 to Lyle. Swinging a foul ball. We'll do 0-2 again on a 100-mile-an-hour sinker. I try to stream as many games as I can. I'll just say that. Weekend games, all of them basically, during weekends. And I go to Nationals games as well. Shout out Mr. C. Mr. and Mrs. C. I go to a lot of games. Been to some games with them, so... Mr. C, one of the biggest fans here. Here's the 0-2. Lyle swinging a miss on a sinker away, and that's out number 2. Thank you so much again, Mr. C, for the tickets to the upcoming game. It looks like they're going to go to Giovanni Cruz right here. Giovanni Cruz is going to warm up here, possibly for the 7th inning. Hey, let's go get this guy to 1,000 subscribers. That would be awesome. We are getting so close to. We're over 3/4 of the way there. We are over 3/4 of the way there. That's all I'm going to say. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up DC right here, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. C. Taking me to a game. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cold. Strike 1 on the slider. Mr. and Mrs. C are the OG fans, and they're the best fans. I mean, thank you so much for the Terror Club seats even. Mr. and Mrs. C were able to lock down Terror Club seats. The best. Coming sets May. Here's the 0-1 to Cruz. Cruz takes a slider away. Ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be 1-1 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be May. It'll be a 1-1 to DC. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a slider low ball 2, and it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. 21 pitches for May now. Dylan Cruz, I mean, the thing with him, get the average up. Just get the average up because people who saw him in college know the potential he has, too. Here's the 2-1. And Cruz takes a sinker low ball 3. I believe they called that a ball. That was nowhere near. Yeah, they will. So it'll be a 3-1 count. Dylan Cruz in college had an on-base percentage over 500 and an average in the 400s. Sure, the Cat X probably helped him out. My friend was the one who told me that. Swinging a Cat X probably helped him. But he has the potential. The 3-1 and Cruz fouls that sinker off, and it'll be a 3-2 count. Fouled on off himself. Let's go. We're up to 785 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Getting closer and closer to 800 now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. And if you want to help out the channel even further, you can donate or join District Nation. Both do cost a little money, but they help out the channel a whole lot more. But subscribing is the best way you can help, and all you can do is just click the button. It's completely free. Be a 3-2. May sets. Here comes the 3-2 to Cruz. Swinging a chopper towards the first baseman. Pitcher going to cover the bag. Flips it up. In time for out number 3. Cruz was hustling down the line. Pitcher goes to tag the bag as the first baseman had to go towards the hole to make the play. Looks like we're not going to get a challenge here. Butera does not challenge. So a 3-1 ground out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning worked by May. And we'll head to the 7th, everybody. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We will head to the 7th, everybody, in a 5-3 game. It'll be Marte, Hayes, and McLean for the Reds in the top of the 7th. So it looks like anyone who's been on the channel for a while, especially the C's, we're going to have to figure out a nickname for Giovanni Cruz. If Giovanni Cruz is coming in right now, we're going to need to figure out a nickname right here. If they go to him. I mean, Cavalli's in the 90s with his pitch count. I think he's at 93. You don't want to go back to him. You do not want to go back to him. Don't. Just send out Giovanni Cruz. Go. Then you can do the Ribalta beater combo for the 9th. But that is 4 righties then in one game. Just pure righties for an entire game. But I feel like that works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that works with putting righties up. So here we go here to the top of the 7th. We're getting closer to that 7th inning stretch, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to have to come up with a nickname for Giovanni Cruz, as he's probably going to take over here for the Nationals. Giovanni Cruz. I mean, kind of sounds like Dylan Cruz. Same name, just spelled differently. Cruz and Cruz. Cavalli technically is still out there, but we're probably going to get Giovanni Cruz getting put in the game here. 6 great innings by Cade Cavalli. Great innings. Set up for the win right here. Now let's get him this win. Give him the win he deserves. Wow, is Cade Cavalli really going back out there? At 90 pitches, they're going to leave Cade Cavalli in. I don't see a change yet. They're going to stick. It is possible the Nationals stick with Cade Cavalli right here. Wow. Interesting move. Interesting move right here. Cade Cavalli is going to stay in the game. At least for now, we'll get another look. Yes, Cade Cavalli going to stay out here. Maybe they're just going to let him face a batter or two. There you go. Yo Plot Giovanni. Ooh, that's a good one. Yo Plate Giovanni. Wow, that's a cool one, Mr. C. It's a good one. With our bullpen, why not? Yo Plate Giovanni. With our bullpen, why not? Exactly. With the way this bullpen is, we might as well leave him in. Just go out there until his right arm falls off, then pitch with your left arm. Here's the pitch now to Yoeli Marte, and he swings and misses at a sweeper. Low and away, and it's an 0-1 count. So he gets the top of the 7th going with a swing and miss. With the way this bullpen is, Mr. C is 100% correct. Why not? Because you never know what he could do. My birthday's on the 13th, but it won't be easy going to a game. Oh, happy early birthday. Here's the 0-1. And that's outside with a sweeper, ball 1. Eric's here. What's up, Eric? He says, hi, I haven't a chance to come to the stream for a few weeks, but I'm back. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a week, Eric. I had a little work to do, and then I went on vacation. So now I'm back and doing some Nats games. So 1-1 here. Cavalli's now at 92. Maybe they just let him face Marte here. Here's the 1-1 to Marte, and that's going to be called. Strike 2, the knuckle curve. So do 1-2 now. So now Marte takes a timeout. Cavalli, strikeout number 9 would be cool right here, too. Cavalli can always go to the eephus pitch. Yeah, if he needs to. Honestly, why not? Why not? Just go eephus pitch. Go from your left arm. Just switch it up a little bit. Start throwing with your left. Would they hit it? Going from 99 miles an hour to roughly 50. Here's the 1-2 to Marte. So, loop into center field. That's a base hit. Get him out. Get him out. 99-mile-an-hour fastball hit to center field. Jacob Young fields it, fires it back in. Noel V. Marte with a base knock to center field. So, runner at first here with no one out, and 94 pitches for Cade Cavalli now. So, quick little nugget right here, just that I see. DJ Hurst is sitting on the bench with the Nationals. He's talking to Jake Irvin. So, I haven't seen him. I believe Hurst was always at the Complex League rehabbing, or at least getting ready to rehab after Tommy John. He's here in D.C. watching the game. Good step forward coming with the big squad. Here comes the pitch now to Hayes, and that's going to be outside, ball 1. Can't get the call to Hayes, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Ke'Bryan Hayes, 138 average at the big league level this year. So 1-0 here with no one out. Cavalli comes set at the belt. Comes the 1-0 to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Cavalli delivers. That's going to be low, ball 2 with a cutter, so it's a 2-0 count now. Now he's starting to lose it control-wise. Thank you, says Logan. The C signing off for the evening. Another great stream, DN, even though we didn't get to hear the first part. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C, for tuning in. I hope to see you very soon. And I know I'm going to see you very soon as well for the game coming up. But thank you so much for tuning in, Mr. and Mrs. C, the OG fans. Thank you so much. Here's the 2-0 to Hayes. Swinging a ground ball foul on a changeup to be a 2-1 count. Ke'Bryan Hayes, a guy who's 29. He's been with Pittsburgh. He was with 2 teams last year. The 2 teams were Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. So 2 teams in his entire career this year. Made his debut in 2020. Pittsburgh most of that time. His best year with Pittsburgh was probably 2023. Won 24 games, hit 271 with 15 home runs, 61 runs driven in. Here's the 2-1, swinging a miss on a sweeper away. Now moving up to second on the plate. Did he go? Yes, he did. So Marte moves up on the pass ball. They might give him a wild pitch right here. That pitch was away. Swing and a miss. And then so Cavalli goes to the sweeper away. Ford, it just kind of goes off his, or he pops up with it, and the ball can't get into his hand. He popped up with the ball, and the ball just didn't get into his hand with a good grip. So to be a 2-2 here. They might give him a, looks like they're going to give him a stolen base. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3 gets away from Ford, but the catcher will stay right there. So a stolen base for Marte now. That's his 7th on the season. Runner at second here with no one outs now. It's worse to throw him out there and make the reliever inherit 1 or 2 runners. Yeah. I mean, that probably makes sense. Yeah. You'd want him to really... You'd want probably... Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is not hit hard at all. Brady House will have to grab it, and that is a no-man's land base hit. Soft ground ball. Cavalli couldn't get there in time. That's his 100th pitch of the game. Ground ball down the third base line. House couldn't get there, and Cavalli couldn't either. Hayes hustles out an infield single, and Cavalli kind of tripped off the mound, too, so he couldn't get there quickly either. Brady House came charging in, but couldn't get there quick enough, so that is a little infield hit just down the third base line, no man's land. So Cade Cavalli at 100 pitches will be taken out of this game. Deanne's dad comment comes back. It's worse to throw him out there and make the reliever inherit 1 or 2 runners. He inherits runners on the corners here with no one out. So Cade Cavalli is going to give Giovanni Cruz some runners to deal with. Giovanni Cruz going to take over here for the Nationals. Giovanni Cruz, a hard-throwing reliever here. So you're going to go from your hardest-throwing starter to possibly your hardest-throwing reliever now in Giovanni Cruz. Giovanni, the righty, will take over now after Cavalli works good 6+, so he does work a good 6 innings. The 7th, he just struggles a little bit. In the game, he ends up giving up 6 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. For now, it's 3. But runners at first and third for Giovanni Cruz to inherit. So he's going to have to work hard now. 7 hits, actually. So, excuse me. That was I forgot about the infield hit from Hayes. Almost forgot about Ke'Bryan Hayes' infield single that time. So runners at first and third with no one out for Giovanni Cruz to deal with. Yep, now Cruz has to pitch with a runner in scoring position. Exactly, now that's tough. Giovanni Cruz is going to have a runner in scoring position. You can't just get a double play to get out of this inning. He didn't even get an out. So he did not even get 1 out in the inning. You put him out in the 6th to do what Giovanni Cruz could possibly do on his own. Giovanni Cruz could probably give up 2 singles and a stolen base. I'm betting on that. But 7 hits. So far, 3 runs for Cavalli. We don't know how many total it's going to be. Good outing for him. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. So, good outing. Good outing. That's the thing. 3 home runs given up. Those are the only runs he does give up so far. So, good outing. I'd say it's a good outing. Good outing in the books for Cade Cavalli through 6 innings. He works into the 7th but can't get anything there. Now Giovanni Cruz, who is 5 games so far. This will be his 6th game. He has a 3.18 ERA over 5 2/3 innings worked. As I said earlier, 7 strikeouts. The guy has a good strikeout pitch. But honestly, I'm seeing again, it is really great to see DJ Hers on the bench right now. The DJ Hers is back in D.C. watching baseball instead of in Florida worrying about the Tommy John. He's really just chilling. He's hanging out with the team. Probably going to start throwing here in D.C. Going to throw some bullpens. Maybe not pens just yet, but he gets to throw with the team. So Giovanni Cruz came over in a trade with the New York Yankees. It was in the Louis package. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball in there, called strike 1 at 92 miles an hour. He's going to throw gas right here. Now you got to deal with Giovanni Cruz here. No one out in the top of the 7th. It'll be no one. Here's the pitch from Giovanni. Swinging a ground ball. This is down the third base line and foul. He goes to the 92 mile an hour slider, and it's fouled off. So it'll be 0-2 right here. Matt McLean, a home run and a double in today's game. Elly De La Cruz stands on deck. So you'll have Elly De La Cruz versus Giovanni Cruz. Nice matchup right there. Giovanni Cruz, the native of the Dominican Republic. It'll be an 0-2. Cruz sets. The 0-2 to McLean. Inside ball 1 gets away from the catcher, but both runners will hold. So that pitch is a ball, but neither runner moves up. That ball goes to the left side of Harry Ford. He has to go grab it. Neither runner moves up a bag. That's probably an easy bag for Ke'Bryan Hayes too, but he decides not to take it. Wow. He just decides not to take that bag. Interesting move on his part. Very interesting move.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So we 1-2 here. Giovanni looks in for his sign. He's going to shake off. Now he got what he wants. So it'll be a 1-2. Cruz sets the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider low and away. Giovanni Cruz with his first strikeout of the outing on his first batter faced. Giovanni with the strikeout. Yo, man, Giovanni, strike him out. Giovanni Cruz without number 1 here. Nice spin on that slider. That thing is nasty. And McLean had no chance of hitting it, and that's out number 1. What a pitch right there. We haven't seen the blazing fastball yet, been more seeing the slider. Cruz sets. He'll face Elly De La Cruz now. Here's the pitch. Called! Strike 1 with a 92-mile-an-hour slider. It's an 0-1 count. Or did they call that a ball? I'm seeing it says 1-0, but I thought they called that a ball. So, we'll see. I thought they called that a strike. That looked like a strike. Put up a fist. I thought it was a strike. Coming set's going to be Cruz. Yeah, they did call it a strike. Here comes the 0-1 to De La Cruz. In the dirt, ball 1, but Ford keeps it in front of him on that splitter. So it'll be a 1-1 count, 93-mile-an-hour splitter. I mean, I know I'm being picky here because he's a good outing. I'd love to see the fastball, though. A nice little fastball. Something in the zone. Just a fun little fastball. So it'll be 1-1 here. Coming set is going to be Cruz. It'll be a 1-1 to De La Cruz. Here's the pitch. Inside with an 101-mile-an-hour fastball. There it is. He goes to the fastball. Gives Cruz a little music to dust him off the plate. So 2-1 here. There you go. Just dust him off the plate a little bit. Tell him who he's dealing with. You're dealing with Giovanni now. You're dealing with the big Cruz now. The better of the two Cruzes. It'll be a 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the first base line and foul. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with a 1 out. There you go. Now you're in line for the out right here. Just put them away right here. You're in line. You're ready to go. Top of the 7th, 5-3 game. Cruz working hard here against De La Cruz. It's a good Cruz matchup right here. Both are spelled C-R-U-Z as well, but De La Cruz is a little added on to the Elly. It'll be a 2-2. Coming set is going to be Giovanni Cruz to face Elly De La Cruz. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive foul down the left field line. Wow, that was dangerous. Goes to the slider outside. Now it's poked foul by De La Cruz. Dangerous pitch that time. A very dangerous pitch, but it does end up paying off for him. Just a foul ball. Just execute it. It was a strike. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3 with 102. Oh my gosh, he throws hard. So it'll be a 3-2 count. Holy smokes, he throws gas. We got our gas thrower now, Giovanni, taking the mound. Giovanni Cruz, our gas thrower, sitting in the 100s with the fastball. The 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4 with a slider at 93. So that'll load the bases with 1 out. So the bases are loaded now for Sal Stewart. This is dangerous territory now, especially with this bullpen. De La Cruz on first, Hayes at second, Marte stands at third. Dangerous, dangerous territory right here. I know he throws hard, but you got to be able to throw strikes as well. Now I'll bring up Sal Stewart here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Cruz comes set. Here's the pitch to Stewart. Called. Strike 1 on the slider, and it's an 0-1 count. Or they say he went, but either way, it's a strike, so it'll be an 0-1 count. Flicks it in the zone. So it'll be 0-1 here. Giovanni now at 12 pitches facing Stewart. He's 0 for 3 on the day with a ground out, a strikeout, and a grounder and a double play. It'll be 0-1. Here's the pitch to Stewart. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Hey, Nunez is there. Tags the bag. Throws to first. In time for the double play. What a play by Nasim Nunez. Double play for Nasim on a ground ball up the middle. He takes it to the bag himself, and then he fires it to first on the jump throw off the bag. What a play by Nasim Nunez. Smoonez with a great play for out number 3 on a double play. Sal Stewart can't beat it out. What a play by Nasim Nunez. Nunez shows off the glove, and that's out number 3. 6-3 double play. 6 unassisted, get their first runner out. That will send us to the 7th inning stretch, everybody. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 runners left on base. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Stand up and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Cade Cavalli ends up getting the 3 runs total because Elly De La Cruz gets a great play from Nasim Nunez. Everybody, what does 6 plus 3 equal? DN Dad has the answer. It equals 2. A great double play from Nasim Nunez. It'll be Ford, Nunez, and Tenna. So Nunez is going to try to hit here as well. He can try to hit some. So you go bottom 7, Harry Ford, 1 for 2 on the day with a bomb. He'll face May back out there after being put into the game back in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Ford. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, so it'll be no 1 count. 206 average for Ford, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, the big league level. OPS back over to 800s at 812 after hitting that home run. Here comes the 0-1 from May, the pitch. Ford swinging a foul ball off his foot, and it'll be no 2 count. He fouls off a 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Not great, but what a play by Nasim Nunez. On a ground ball up the middle, he makes the play and goes to tag second, and that is smart enough to throw it to first, still make a great jump throw to end the inning. So great job by Nasim Nunez. Instead of a 5-4 game with 2 outs, we're in the bottom of the 7th with a 2-run lead still. Great job by Nunez. It'll be no 2. Here's the pitch to Harry Ford. Outside, ball 1 with a slider. May wanted him to chase that one, but he doesn't. May's up to 27 pitches now. With the length they've gotten out of him, May has done well in this game so far. We'll do 1-2 right here. Or excuse me, he came back in the 5th. Wow. So he's worked 2 innings already. The 1-2, swinging a ground ball down the third baseline, but foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. So working into his 3rd inning of work. But Nunez makes the play up the middle and then makes a jump throw off the bag over to Abby to cover the bag. Elly De La Cruz went crazy after the play. Elly went crazy, and Cavalli went crazy as well. Elly jumps into the air, and Cavalli did as well. They were both super excited. What a play by Nunez. So you have 1-2 to Harry Ford right here in the bottom of the 7th. May comes set. It'd be a 1-2 to Harry Ford. He waits. Now the 1-2. Ford swinging a foul ball, so do 1-2 again right here. He fouls that one back. We will do 1-2 once again. Just what a play by Nunez, who's on deck right now, but what a play. Way to be dominant at short. I mean, is there any way we can just fully DH him? Can we just fully DH CJ Abrams? Just have Nunez play shortstop full-time with that glove. The 1-2 is outside, ball 2. I know I haven't liked him at short, but that play right there just earned my respect back. I like him at second. He's made errors at short. I haven't liked him at short. But that play just earned a lot of respect from me. The play that he just made, a jump throw, it shows the potential he has. Here's the 2-2 to Ford. Now Ford checks swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Backus. And it'll be a 3-2 count. So Harry Ford did check it. So do 3-2 right here. And I didn't think he did. I think he didn't go. Oh, he did extend his hands a little bit. He might have went. But call says he didn't. So I'm going to say he didn't. It'll be a 3-2. Pitch to Ford, swinging a ground ball, foul. We'll do 3-2 again as he fouls that one off down the third baseline. Great AB worked here by Harry Ford. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. May, they got a lot of distance out of. I don't know how much more they're going to get with this at-bat worked by Harry Ford working into their count. So do 3-2 here with no one out in the bottom of the 7th. Coming set is going to be May. Be a 3-2 to Ford. Here's the pitch. Ford swing and a miss. A sword swing on a high and inside sinker. Ford is down swinging for out number 1. So it'll bring up Nasim Nunez here with the 1 out. Nasim Nunez will get an AB now. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but had that great gem in the field. 1 out, and that'll bring up Nunez. On deck is Tenna as well. Maybe they pinch hit for him, though. Here's the pitch to Nunez. He's going to show bunt and then takes it back on a 98 fastball upstairs for ball 1. So it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with a 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. If you're watching, everybody, you enjoy, please sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit. Here comes the 1-0 to Nunez. Nunez grounds this one up the middle, but the shortstop, De La Cruz, is there. He throws a dart over to first. Wow, he threw that one hard and in time to get out. A hustling Nunez for out number 2. So 2 outs now. And that'll now bring up Jose Tenna. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Or excuse me, 0 for 1. He drew a walk back in the 2nd inning. Jose Tenna not going to get pinch hit for right here. I mean, for me, I would love to see some other guys off the bench, but they had that problem where they used too many bench players in Philly on Wednesday. Here's the pitch to Tenna. That's going to be a slider in there called strike one, so it's an 0-1 count. Looks like Disney, Orlando Rabalta getting loose. Disney warming up out there in the bullpen. Disney, possibly our best reliever right now. Here comes the 0-1 to Tenna. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit, center field. Jose Tenna grounds that one right back where it came from in a center. So Jose Tenna delivers with a base hit here with 2 outs. Tenna taking it back where it came from, ropes it up to the middle. Good job, Tenna. Just get on base, get a rally going with 2 outs. So now that's going to bring Terry Francona out of the bullpen, so he's going to make a call right here. Looks like they are going to turn it over here. The day is done. Looks like McCambly's going to come into the game here for May. May's day is over after he works 2 2/3 of great work. McCambly will take over now for the Cincinnati Reds. We'll see McCambly now. I mean, so far, a bullpen game for them. So their bullpen might have some trouble throughout this series, throughout this weekend. You might see some trouble from the Reds bullpen after you work into it a little bit today. So McCambly's going to take over right here after May throws 37 pitches, gets him through 2 2/3 of good work. To be honest, you gotta tip your hat. 2 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. It's 0 for now. He had 4 strikeouts in the outing. So 4 strikeouts there as we are here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. McCambly will take over for the Reds now. McCambly will take over here. We don't know the run total just yet for May because Tenna can also score. So he can be an earned run as well. So McCambly will take over now for the Cincinnati Reds. It's officially confirmed. So we'll get a new arm from the bullpen now. It's going to be Zach McCambly. He's going to be a righty thrower, so another righty out of the bullpen. Another arm slot a little bit from the side, so he's going to take over here. Zach McCambly. I know people don't want to hear just about his arm angle. They want to hear the numbers. 6 games this year, a 5.68 ERA over 6 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits and 4 runs. No home runs just yet, but he gives up runs. So, once again, time to eat. Time to eat, man. Hit some bombs. So here we go, 2 outs. McCambly will take over here in the 7th. So I'm assuming they just want him for the rest of this game in the 7th and the 8th. Get as much length out of them as possible. They've been asking a lot of length out of their bullpen arms thus far in the game. And sometimes you got to ask for length. So it looks like Tarps Off getting started in a couple sections now. You got a couple places where Tarps Off is getting going. I'm assuming they're up in their normal upper deck section. I actually went to a game where they played the Blue Jays. They got a roll call going. Nationals Park, the Tarps Off kids got a roll call going, which was awesome. That's great. Get him involved. McCambly, the righty, will now face Jacob Young. That's going to be in there, called strike one with a cutter, so it'll be an 0-1 count. McCambly wears number 62 with the Cincinnati Reds. 0-1 here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. McCambly looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. Here comes the 0-1 to JY. McCambly goes to the plate. Young takes a sweeper outside, ball 1. So do a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 away. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Help out the channel just a little bit. 244 average for Young now. 9 home runs, 39 runs driven in. Here comes the 1-1 to JY. Young takes a fastball right in there. Called strike 2 at 94 miles an hour. And do 1-2 right here. 1-2 with 2 outs. JY hitting in the 9 hole. That's usually where he does. A lot of his hitting is out of the 9 hole. The Nationals, though, have tried him in the 3 hole this year a little bit. JY got some 3 hole action. He even got some time in the 5 hole, but now he's more 9 hole. 2024, he was used as a leadoff hitter a little bit. Now, going back over to first is McCambly to check on Tenna, but he's back in safely on a dive. 2024, Jacob Young, the leadoff hitter, was a great stretch of games. When they had the Young Abrams punch, that was an amazing 1-2 punch. Young would get on base and Abrams would drive him in. But then they did Abrams for the rest of the season, the leadoff hole. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and a fastball at 95 miles an hour. Young is down swinging for out number 3, and that will end the inning. A strikeout for McCambly will end the inning. So in the end, 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left on base. We are through 7, everybody, in a 5-3 game. May ends up giving up 0 runs and through a third so far. McCambly just has a strikeout. We will head here to the top of the 8th, everybody, in a 5-3 game. right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in, choosing District Nation for tonight's game. It'll be Blade, Stevenson, and Suarez for the Reds in the top of the 8th inning. I mean, now you got to wonder, are they going to go to Ribalta? He was warming, but you've seen, especially from the Nationals, where they warm up an arm and then stick with an arm or go to a different arm. That is not unusual for the Nationals. You'll see them do it every so often, where they'll stick with an arm or warm up an arm and sit them down. So I'm wondering if they go to Disney here, or do they want Disney for the 9th inning? Orlando Ribalta, the man called Disney. We'll get some updates, see if he's in the game or not. I'll check the exact board here, see if he's into the game or not. So far, we don't have an announcement just yet if Disney's coming to the game right here. Wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they're going to leave Giovanni Cruz out there. Sure, he had a good outing. You gotta say that. He had a good outing, but you don't want to leave him in for too long, especially with this bullpen. So far, it looks like they may stick here with Giovanni Cruz. No announcements just yet. It looks like they will go to Orlando Ribalta. So it looks like we got a defensive substitution as well. Jorbit Vivas is now into the game for Jose Tena. Vivas will take over now. He's going to take over here in the field in the 8th. Interesting move. Hopefully Tena's okay on that dive. Maybe he hurt something. I really hope he didn't, but now Vivas going to take over for the rest of the game for Jose Tena. He's going to bat 8th and play second base. So he did not get a hitting opportunity. He's probably not going to hit. Looks like they want to go to him for defense. They want to go to Tena for defense. A good second base glove, a guy who's had more second base time than Tena. Tena's more of a third baseman. But also, you got a pitching change. Orlando Ribalta. Disney will take over now. Probably your best arm out of the bullpen. A 3.44 ERA. Possibly your most reliable arm. I'd say Disney right now is your most reliable arm. Giovanni Cruz gave you a good inning of work, though. So here we go. Top 8. Ribalta's got that slider, fastball, sinker, changeup combo he's going to bring you. Mostly the slider and the fastball. Sinker and changeup are kind of complementary pitches. Here's the pitch to Blade. In there, called strike one with a slider at 86 miles an hour. It'll be an 0-1 count. So Jorbit Vivas takes over at second base. Former Yankee prospect Vivas. 0-1. Disney sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Blade. He delivers. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left field. Going out is Nunez. Coming in is the left fielder Lyle. Lyle's calling for it. Dalen Lyle makes the catch towards the line in fair territory for out number 1. Dalen Lyle came screaming down the left field line. Literally and figuratively. Came down fast and he was screaming for the ball. He does make the catch. So that's out number 1 here. So there's one out now. That'll bring up Tyler Stevenson, Orlando Ribalta. A good arm, a good reliable arm this team has in Ribalta. Honestly, he's been something of your setup man this year. 36 games, 3.44 ERA. He's been basically your setup man. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be an 0-1 count. Good job by Ribalta right there. So 0-1 here with one out. Ribalta looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. He's set right around the letters. Here comes the 0-1 to Stevenson. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Ranging over is Vivas. It goes off his chest. He fires to first in time for out number 2. He doesn't field that one completely, perfectly clean, but he does make the play. So it goes off his chest, but he recovers and fires it to first. So Vivas, it goes off his chest, off his glove, off of his chest, but he ends up making the play. Makes a nice throw over to first, over to Abi for out number 2. Whatever works, works. That's what I'm going to say. Whatever works, works. As long as he does that, if he gets the out, I'm completely fine with the smiles after the play. So that'll bring up Suarez. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Ribalta sets. Here's the pitch. And Suarez takes a slider outside, ball 1. 1-0 here with 2 outs to Suarez, hitting .203, 15 home runs, 41 runs driven in. This year, so far, Ribalta has 9 holds, and he's 2 of 5 for save opportunities. Has not been good as a closer, but he's good as a setup man. The 1-0. Swing and a miss at a slider away. This will be a 1-1. Looks like Sam Mole up in the bullpen for the Reds. But the big thing to watch with Disney is that he can't close out games. He's good at being an 8th inning guy, a 7th inning guy. He's good at that. Here comes the 1-1 from Rabalta. Swinging a bloop out towards the shortstop. Nunez towards the hole. He makes the play. Throw to first in time for out number 3. What a play by Nasim Nunez. Once again, that was a chopper probably for House to get towards the hole. That was in the 6 hole. I thought base hit was written all over that. The way Suarez just kind of grounded it past House towards the 6 hole. But Nunez is very quick. Ranges over. Makes the play. He's able to fire it over to first in time. So a 1-2-3 inning for Disney. So here we go to the bottom of the 8th, everybody, in a 5-3 game. Good job by Disney. Good work by him. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, everybody. Top of the order coming up for the Nationals, Abrams, Ortiz, and House. Good play by Nunez towards the hole. Makes an amazing play. Once again, an inning play for Nasim Nunez. So, honestly, now, who do you go 4th and 9th? Who is your closer? That's got to be the big question here. Do you go to Beater? I wouldn't say Beater is Mr. Surefire or anything, but he's probably your best arm in the 9th. As much as I don't like him, and I think he should be an 8th inning guy, Disney can't close out games. Clayton Beater, on the other hand, he does have 11 saves this year. This is his first year as a closer, 11 of 17 over 34 innings worked. He has a 3.97 ERA. Maybe you go to Tommy Two-Pitch instead. Or you're facing Rodriguez, Marte, and Hayes. You got to wonder who they're going to go to right here. We don't know. We'll see the bullpen here in the 9th. You got to wonder, though. So we go to the top of the 9th right here. Or excuse me, bottom 8 right here. Getting ahead of ourselves. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base that inning. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, CJ Abrams is going to lead it off for the Nationals, the DH in today's game. I wonder if they pinch hit for House right here, because you have a lefty coming into the game, possibly with Mole taking over. He's probably taking over right here after a third of an inning worked by McCambly, who was pitching, but Mole was warming up that entire inning. Looks like they're probably going to stick with McCambly right here. So they're going to stick with McCambly to face CJ Abrams. So we go bottom of the 8th in a 5-3 game. Now just put runs on the board. Make it a non-save situation. That'd be the best thing to do. Take save out of the picture. Coming set is McCambly. Here's the pitch to Abrams, and that's outside, ball 1 with a sweeper. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. No one out. McCambly's only thrown 5 pitches so far in the game after getting a quick strikeout of Young. He now faces the real challenge, CJ Later. Here comes the 1-0. To Abrams. Abrams takes a fastball upstairs, ball 2, so it is a 2-0 count now. Bottom of the 8th, 5-3 game, 287 average for Abrams, 28 home runs, 88 runs driven in, and a 910 OPS. Here comes the 2-0 to CJ. Now the pitch, and Abrams takes a cutter right in there, called strike 1, so it's a 2-1 count now. CJ Abrams is 3rd in MLB OPS since July 1st. Of course, Jordan is 1st with a 1.189 and then a 1.057 for PCA. Contreras 3rd. But you got Abrams 4th. Here's the 2-1, and that is up and away, ball 3 with a sweeper. And Abrams an RBI leader. The leader in RBIs. He's always in. I just feel like it is great because he's always in situations to drive in runs. And even when he isn't, he makes his own runs. It'll be a 3-1. McCambly sets. The 3-1 to Abrams. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's a 3-2 count. That fastball right in the zone, but he just can't hit it. So that fills up the count to 3-2 now. But Abrams, you got to love CJ Abrams up to the plate with runners in scoring position. The way he hits when there's runners on. The 3-2, and Abrams just a slap towards the third baseman. He fields, fires to first, not into, he's out. First base umpire Backus going to call him out. Hayes had to charge in, makes the play on a high chopper. Abrams staying out there. He really hustled that one out. We might get another look at this, though. High chopper, the third baseman. Abrams sprinted out of the box, though. We're going to get probably another look at this one. I don't think, maybe we get a challenge right here. But 1 out. We'll get another look here. He is out just by half a step. Abrams almost beat it out. I thought he'd be safe, but 1 out here. Good play by the third baseman Hayes. But also, Abrams, good for you, hustling out of the box. Coming set is McCambly. This will bring up Abimelec Ortiz. Here's the pitch to Abby. Abby takes a sweeper, low ball 1. So this is Lil Poppy, Abby Ortiz. Lil Poppy hitting 200 on the year with a bomb. He had a bomb in Philly in the first game of that 4-game series. It'll be a 1-0. McCambly sets. The 1-0 to Ortiz. Abby takes a fastball outside, ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count. Traded over in that Mackenzie Gore package. Abby Mellick-Ortiz was one of the pieces of the trade. I was actually curious when I saw him on the Red Wings roster at the beginning of the season because I watched their first game. That was the first game we called of the regular season. Here comes the 2-0 to Ortiz, swinging a fly ball left field side, but this one will go out of play. So it'll be a 2-1 count. I was curious, and sure enough, he had a big bat, and he finds himself at the big league level. Nationals Park is a good crowd for this Friday night game. They got a Jordan Davis concert after this game, I believe. Maybe they canceled it because of the rain, but they probably do want to keep it on because that's the big promotion of the night. Coming set's going to be McCambley. The 2-1 to Abby. Here's the pitch. Ortiz takes a cutter outside, ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here with a 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Clayton Beeter warming up in the bullpen. Clay Beats is going to take over here possibly for the 9th inning. Beeter for a save situation, trying to grab his 12th save on the year. Here comes the 3-1 Ortiz. Ortiz takes a sinker outside, ball 4. Abby draws a walk. Good job by Ortiz to be patient, draw himself a walk. So with 1 out, Abby finds himself on base. That'll bring up Brady House here with 1 out. Brady House, fielder's choice, scored a flyout and a strikeout for Big Brady. Big Brady will hit now with 1 out. Brady House, a lot of pop in that bat. 8 home runs, 27 runs driven in his limited time at the big league level. Coming sets McCambley. Here comes the first pitch to Brady House. House swinging a miss on a sweeper away. So to be no 1 count. That's the thing. He chases a lot against righties. Thank you so much. That new subscriber up to 786. If I missed you earlier, I'm sorry, but thank you so much. We're now 14 away from 800. Coming set is going to be McCambley. The 0-1 to House. Here's the pitch. House takes a sweeper in there, called strike 2, so it's an 0-2 count now. That one clipped the bottom part of the zone, so 0-2 right here. McCambley comes set. It'll be an 0-2 to Brady House now. He waits. Now here comes the pitch to the big House. He waits. He delivers. House takes a pitch in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, who recovers and fires it to second. Into second safely is Abby. So we're probably going to say this on the wild pitch, but good job by Ortiz on the read as the ball went to the left of Stevenson. Ortiz is not fast, so that was not a surefire thing. That ball in the dirt, Stevenson tried to block it. It got away from him. He got to it quickly, but Ortiz was on the move. He tried to get him out, but Ortiz was safe, so it's probably going to be on a wild pitch. Runner at second here with 1 out. It would be cool if he got his first career stolen base, so they're going to give him a wild pitch. Here comes the 1-2 to House. House swinging a fly ball foul to 1-2 again. Can't get a good piece of that one. House had a good stint at AAA after being sent down for performance issues, really. The fact that he couldn't hit righties, he didn't do well with it. Had some good pop. The average was low, but he's called back up here after Curtis Mead is traded away, so I'm guessing their plan is Brady House. They're going to get behind Brady House right here. Here comes the 1-2 to House. Outside, ball 2. Good job by House on laying off of that one. So do 2-2 right here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, 5-3 game. 2-run lead for the Nats. Just got to hold on right here. Get some runs on the board. Make this save as easy as possible for Clay Beats. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch to House. In the dirt, ball 3 with a cutter, so we'll do a 3-2 count now. I mean, I think the good thing about guys, and especially Brady House, getting sent down was probably humbling for him. He thought he had a role. He's been up here for a little while, but he got to go down there and work on things. What he needed to do, Brady House got to go down there to the minor leagues and work on hitting, and that's exactly what he did. He hit .301 at the AAA level this year over 50 games. He had 8 home runs, so this year he technically has 17 home runs. Here comes the 3-2 to House. He delivers, and House swing a ground ball. This is to the shortstop, De La Cruz. He'll throw to first. Not in time. Brady House is there. Brady House able to beat it out on that base hit towards the shortstop, De La Cruz. Took De La Cruz towards the hole, and he throws a one-hop throw over to the first baseman, Stewart, and Brady House beats it out. De La Cruz played it towards the hole, and then Brady House beats it out. So Brady House is on first now. Runners at first and second as Abby did not go anywhere. Brady House wanted to run that one out, so that's exactly what he did. He did definitely beat that one out by a half a step. He beat that almost by a full step. So we're probably going to give him a base hit right here, because he did go to first with it. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Swing and a miss at a sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. Good job by Brady House, still hustling it out, sticking with it. One of the hardest things to do in baseball, sticking with it. And Brady House has himself a single, so he has a knock here in the bottom of the 8th. Now runners at first and second for Dalen Lyle, who's been a machine in today's game. 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a home run, the 0-1. And Lyle takes a sinker, called strike 2, so it'll be an 0-2 count. Good job by Brady House, also thinking he doesn't need to swing for a home run. He doesn't need to hit a 2-run home run in that situation. That is a base hit. That is just as good as any other single. So 0-2 here with a 1 out. It'll be an 0-2 to Lyle. Here's the pitch to Dalen. McCambly delivers. Lyle swinging a miss at a sinker right in the zone, and that's out number 2. So there's 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Lyle down swinging. Second strikeout of the night from McCambly. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Dylan Cruz here with 2 outs. DC will hit here, so try to get some runs. Help out Clayton Beater as much as possible. That is the best thing you can do. Help him out. Help out your boys. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th and a 5-3 game. Cummings sets McCambly. Here comes the pitch to Dylan Cruz. Cruz takes a sinker low and away, ball 1. Brandon Watson, thank you so much for subscribing. Brandon Watson helped us up to 786 subscribers. 1-0 here with 2 outs. A chance for the Nationals to capitalize right here. Get some runs. McCambly comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Cruz. He waits. Now here comes the pitch to DC. Cruz swinging a miss. He's out in front of a cutter. That cutter was outside as well. Probably should have sat back and tried to rope it right field. Instead, he's out in front and just swings through it. So it'll be a 1-1 now to DC3, as written on his elbow guard. He has DC3 written on there. So I guess he likes being called DC3. It'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz takes a sweeper in the dirt, ball 2, but no runners on the move. Not exactly Speedy Gonzalez out there at first or second. You got Brady House at first, Abimelec Ortiz at second. You don't exactly have the Flash or Quicksilver running the bases right now. You don't need to be the most aggressive. Let's go. We're up to 787 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Bottom of the 8th here with 2 outs. Cummings sets McCambly. It'll be a 2-1 to DC. Here's the pitch. Cruz swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Rodriguez to the track at the wall, and he makes the catch up against the wall. Dylan Cruz got a good piece of that one, but flies out to the warning track. Warning track power for Dylan Cruz, and that will end the inning. No runs in the inning. It is closing time, everybody. No runs in the inning. It is time for the closer. 1 hit in the inning. 2 runners left on base. Everybody, it's time for Clayton Beater. Charge! Let's go, everybody. Top of the 9th here, 2-run lead. The Nationals need to secure this right here. Going to win the books. It'd be really nice right here if they can secure this win. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
So Clayton Beater is the man they're going to call to try to put this one away. Rabalta set him up well. That's the thing. Rabalta gave him a good inning. I mean, Giovanni Cruz worked a good inning. He had a strikeout. No walks, no hits, no runs. Good work by Giovanni Cruz. Then Orlando Rabalta, Disney with a great 8th inning. Zeros across the board. So now Beater's set up to work. I love how you get 3 different variations of guys. Clayton Beater, a good arm. You get Rabalta and Giovanni. Rabalta's not going to throw 100. That's exactly what Giovanni does. Giovanni throws pure gas, which I love it. I love that that is what we get from one of our arms, that he throws absolute gas. So we go, everybody. Top of the 9th, right here, the Nationals trying to put this win away. Just get it up. Let's do it. So we go, top of the 9th inning. We Rodriguez, Marte, and Hayes for the top of the 9th. Reds trail by 2. Here we go, everybody. Clayton Beater wearing a black long-sleeve shirt. Wow, it is humid out here. I'm assuming those shirts keep them cool, though. I'm assuming that's what the shirts do. Everybody's hyped up, so why don't you join him, everybody? Nationals fans, get hyped up as Clayton Beeter about to take over to try to put this one away. 3.97 ERA. We don't really have a nickname for him because he's 11 for 17 on saves, but let's see if he can have something here. Level Up's back. He says, hey, I'm back. 3 more subscribers. Let's go. Thank you so much, everybody. This is, as me, D and Dad, Mr. C, everybody knows who's been here for a while. These 3 outs are possibly the hardest outs to get in baseball. Or these 3 outs right here. Beeter sets. Rodriguez will lead it off, center fielder in today's game. Here's the pitch. He's going to take a pitch right in there. Called strike 1 at 96. 701. PAS is here. What's up, Pure Adrenaline Sports? He said, what's up, DN? Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in, PAS. Hope everything's going well with your channel. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Coming in is Young. Going out is Nunez. Nunez calling for it. Jacob Young at the last second comes in to make the catch. JY at the last second comes screaming in to make the catch for out number 1. Beeter gets the first out he needs here in the top of the 9th. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to check out PAS Fantasy Football Projections. He's got you with baseball, basketball, football, everything, especially fantasy as well. He does a lot of fantasy football. And check out the Pure Adrenaline Football channel as well. That's a collaborative channel as well. Coming sets Beeter. Here comes the first pitch to Novelvi Marte, and that's outside, ball 1 with a fastball. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here in the top of the 9th. Coming set is going to be Beeter. It'll be a 1-0 here to Marte. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the third baseman house. He fields cleanly, fires to first. In time for out number 2, excuse me. Underestimating Clayton Beeter. He just got 2 outs. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. 1 out to go here for the Nationals. Hardest 2 outs in baseball. Exactly. Not the hardest 3. Hardest 2, and now the hardest out to get in baseball. This out right here, and it's going to be Key Brian Hayes, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Top of the 9th, 2 outs. Clayton Beeter wears number 39 for the Nationals. Let's go right here. Now Harry Ford's going to step out, throw him out a new ball. The hardest 1 out in baseball. Exactly. The hardest 1 out in baseball. Not 2, not 3. 1. Now we're going to get a pinch hitter. Ivan Johnson will pinch hit right here. Beeter comes set. They're going to send up a guy who's hitting at 100. His average is 100. Here comes the pitch to Johnson. Swinging a foul ball to be 0-1 count. So Ivan Johnson giving this 9th inning option instead of Key Brian Hayes. Ivan Johnson, 10 at-bats, the big league level career. So this is a guy who made his debut this year. They're going to give him a shot right here to face Clayton Beeter. Get the lefty up. Probably their best strategy right here. Just get a lefty up to the plate. Beeter looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Just called up from the Louisville Bats on July 27th. The 0-1. Called! Strike 2 on a slider, and the Nationals are 1 strike away now. Clayton Beeter, 1 strike away. Woo, says Leveled Up Logan. Yep, 1 strike to go. The hardest strike to throw in baseball is right here. Nationals fans, standing up, everybody. Join them, will you? Stand up for the boys right here. Beeter looking in for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be 0-2 to Johnson. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1 with a slider way in the dirt. Harry Ford couldn't even block it. So it'll be 1-2 here. Wasn't even close to blocking that one, so it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That pitch was way in the dirt. A lot of tarps off going as well. Everybody seems to be excited to try to put this one away. It'll be a 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Coming sets Beeter. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Johnson. He delivers. Swing! And a miss at a slider low and inside. And the Washington Nationals are going to win this one. They take it by a score of 5-3. Clayton Beeter, save number 12, and the Washington Nationals do put this one away. Behind a couple home runs from Dalen Lyle and Harry Ford and some defensive web gems from Nasim Nunez, the Nationals put this one away. Final score, the Washington Nationals 5, the Cincinnati Reds 3. Let's go for the win, Nationals.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
ATS Nats.
Great broadcast again, DN, after 8 hours in the car. So proud of you. Thank you so much, DN Dad, for the kind words. Clayton Beater. What a game for him. Clayton Beater, save number 12, really finding it lately. Clayton Beater looking good through his last few games. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. We may actually have a closer. If he can figure it out right here. Over his last 7 is a 4.50 ERA, but he does have 3 saves and 6 innings of work. If he can really figure this out, what can he do? Yep, a win for Cade Cavalli, record up to 9-5. Loss for Garcia. Clayton Beater, save number 12. The Washington Nationals do take this one by a score of 5-3. As DN Dad said, I just spent 8 hours in the car. That's why we're going to get out of here. I'm hungry. So that is what I'm going to do, everybody. I'm going to get you ready with a redirect right here, though. Can't just let you go. Got to send you away somewhere, especially on a Friday night. Everybody wants to be watching baseball right now. Let's get you going for a redirect link right here. Let's get you set up somewhere. Let's send you somewhere right here before we head out of here. We'll head somewhere else. I'll get you started with a redirect right here. Let's head over. Let's see where we're going. Looks like maybe see if we got Braves action anywhere, because I know they're playing right now. Looks like we're going to head over to... Can't find anyone that's going right now. Toka's here. Just found you like 10 minutes ago, and we'll definitely be watching so much more. Thank you so much, Tobikin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Friday, more like Friday. Yes, Friday on this win. So we're going to head over to... Let's go... Anyone else, really? Is there anyone else live? We might just need to do a redirect link instead of an actual redirect for tonight's game. Final score 5-3. You get an early 3-run home run from Dalen Lyle, and then you get a 2-run home run. They get a 2-run home run from Harry Ford. Sneaks one out of here. Good job by him. So I'm going to try to send you over to Sinbin right here. Yep, Sinbin's up and going. So we're going to head over to Sinbin Stream, everybody, if that works. I'm going to send you over to Sinbin. He's covering the Phillies and the Blue Jays right now, so head over to him. He is hanging out watching that game. So hope to see you all very soon. We should be on the mic tomorrow for this exact game, game 2 of this series. But we'll be back. Final score, Nationals 5, Reds 3. Nationals take game 1 of this series. Some home runs, a couple home runs on the board. Just enough to get the win, and Clayton Beater gets the save. Thank you so much for tuning in to District Nation for the first time back for vacation. I will see you soon right here. Final score, Nationals 3. Reds 5. Have a great rest of your night, everybody, after that hour-long rain delay. I will see you soon.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.